Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and this is the New Order. Hitler is comatose, Spear has no influence, but what we do have is a certain amount of army regiments on our side. Heydrich is making moves. Oh god, what does that mean? I think the Civil War is just about to kick off. If you haven't watched the first two episodes, watch those first. It'll make a whole lot more sense. But basically, Germany won World War II and the world is a just horrific dystopia. And we're going to see if we can win a civil war for control over the Reich. A new kind of war. We've got more division organization and command power gain. Good stuff. We will now approach the Americans. Loses us some stability, but I don't imagine our stability matters that much when we split it all up. Okay. We have some free... We actually have some consumer factories. It's a miracle. Well, hang on. Where does it think we're going to control? Strategic fort building. Hessen, Westphalen, and Rhineland is where it expects us to control. So not Mossland. Rhineland, Hessen, Westphalen. Okay. So we will build... excuse me. We will build some sieve factories in the Rhineland. Some mill factories, rather. And then there, and then there. The idea being, if those are the ones we're likely to get in the event of a civil war, we want the factories, obviously, in our land. Sounds good. Okay. We are indeed... Those are sieves. Thank you. Good point. I'll let one of them finish. But we want mills. Okay, good stuff. I want to know what this Heinrich is making moves thing is going to do. I'm a little concerned. Heydrich, he's the, like... mega nasty SS dude, I think. I mean, everyone here is pretty nasty, but he's the mega nasty. Let's see if that actually does anything. He lost influence. That probably means he's going to have some advantage when he's finished. All right, we finished diverting equipment. So do we want to... I don't think we want off-map military factories. I think we just want regiments. So I'm going to keep doing this. Hang on, was I able to do that despite having 0? No. We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, and Heydrich is in Himmler's pocket because he's an SS man. What I don't understand about this timeline is how the SS attempted a coup and yet they weren't just exterminated. I don't really see how that could have happened. Right, and there's a civil war in Madagascar. Or something. Or just a war between the Reichskommissariats in the south. No, okay, yeah. It's a civil war. Civil war in Madagascar. Cool. Robert Gill, air traffic controller in Newcastle. Noted when the dots on the screens began to move. What is this? Okay, we had a Lufthansa 302 was hijacked. Oh, that seems bad. It's moving northwest from Newcastle. So this way? Is it going to America? Are they like... Oh, island split. I didn't notice. Are they like defecting to America or something? This seems like a kind of 9/11 situation. But we'll see. I'm being told in chat why the SS weren't annihilated, by the way. Thank you for that. The army was in Russia. It was too dangerous. Would have started a civil war. Better to make a deal and have him go away. Russia was reunited briefly and then invaded at the time. So it wasn't the strength or unity to purge the SS. That makes sense. But as soon as the warlords were broken up again... I feel like war against Burgundy would have been inevitable. I mean, I know that's probably coming up, but... There's a civil war in Madagascar. But honestly, we have far more domestic problems to worry about. The mystery of Lufthansa 302. Has it just vanished? It landed in Aberdeen. Hijackers given themselves up. What? In Scotland. Scotland is refusing to extradite the hijackers. What? The aircraft arrived in Bergen. The passengers were taken by the Gestapo to relay anything they saw and heard. It wasn't much to go on. What the heck? The hijackers were English citizens suspected of attempting to purchase transport through the Scottish border, who were looked at when the hijacking occurred. Maybe in the pact, especially on the security side, weren't sort of satisfied. As much as some didn't like it, the taking of Lufthansa 302 appeared to be the result of a desperate pair of disaffected English, not part of a wiser terrorist plot. That can't be right, can it? Aren't you in my faction, Scotland? Have I not subjugated Scotland? No. Okay. That's weird. I wonder how that happened. Once you've... I mean, no offense to the Scots. Once you've conquered England, Scotland is only like another 5% of the island you need to subjugate, people-wise. And once you've taken Edinburgh and Glasgow, you know, they're done. 5%, 10%. What population of Britain is Scottish in 1950? It's probably like between 5 and 10%, right? Yeah. Anyway. Operation Broken Telephone. You what? State stability in Oxfordshire must be above 60 to conduct this operation. Oh, Canada. Sharpen the sickle. Lots of cool stuff going on under here. Oh, we got some new tech. Right. Keep giving me better artillery, because we seem to be a bit behind on that. And then give me... I don't know if this matters. Like, maybe it'll just reset our tech when the Civil War breaks out, but... give me some field hospitals. Cool. Scotland had 5 million people in 1950, and the UK had 10 million. Oh, yes! Sorry, my mic is peaking slightly. Let me turn that down. Is that better? Yeah, that looks better. You got to admit, not a bad guess. 10%. My man knows his British demographic history. What's this one? Missing equipment production. What? Anti-air? Oh, so we are. Make some improved anti-air equipment. So we're going to have a tough time of it because our party popularity is only 20%, which I think means you get roughly 20% of existing equipment and divisions in the country. When the Civil War breaks out. Sorry, excuse me. Which is obviously not superb. Can we raise that? I don't know. None of this seems to be helping with it really. But oh, this one. Oh no, this lowers the popularity of fascism because we're the fascist party as opposed to the Nationalist Socialist Party, which is an interesting distinction. But oh well. Look for opportunities. We will invest in the economy. Increase my reputation a bit. Report from Norway. They're a right commissariat, yeah? Yeah. Unsanctioned civilian propaganda. Subversive elements. The ongoing mission are being met at pace until further notice will not require an increase in anti-propaganda endeavors. Cool. Sounds fun. The Yasunda crisis. Yasunda? The Tokyo Stock Exchange opened, its floors were flooded with frantic shareholders begging for their orders to be processed first and frightened interns carrying bins of sell orders through the chaos. Oh boy, it's like a month and a half from now. Already their holders have entered freefall, mass liquidation. Oh Jesus. Economic wars. And it played a tune for it. Have we got the right... Jesus Christ, what's this? What is that? What is that? Is that like how we launch nukes? Anyway, the man stood by the sill calmly, waited for their turn to jump. Jesus Christ, this is dark. A Tokyo Exchange secretary. Okay. I mean, that's like some of the darkest text we've read so far. But they're having a crash, apparently. Have fun with that. That's not our problem, as far as I can tell. Okay. Approaching the Americans. And we will now do a better future. Less political power, we gain some base stability. Unlike our opponents who seem fervently clinging to the decades-old triumphs of the Reich, Speer urges we look to the future. We will simply promise the Reich a future, and hopefully it will be a prosperous one, as the German people have suffered enough. Cool. I mean, you know, pot calling the kettle black here. You did kind of cause the suffering. How do I close the music player again? There, isn't it? Yeah. That's pretty cool. That like super event I'm being told is called. I wonder how long Hitler's going to stay comatose. Because they're all increasing their legitimacy at pace. Oh, Goring is making more moves. Black market trade increases. It's been brought to our attention that the domestic black market activities increase. The criminal syndicates in charge will siphon increasing amounts of our armaments production, redirecting it towards the black market. However, should we need it, the presence of the black market also gives us the option to quickly build our stockpile of weapons. Ooh. Okay. I'm just going to keep bringing regiments to our side, because an extra 20 divisions when we start already, that's pretty crazy good. We can decrease black market trading, but we need 50 stability. There are 4 levels: moderate, substantial, and severe. Okay, and where do I see how high it currently is? We've got national spirit. Yeah. Currently there's light black market trading. I don't really care about black market trading, although I guess the other people will, like the other contenders might be able to use it to sway equipment to their side more easily. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a big deal. I don't really care about the civil war in Madagascar, to be honest. We have domestic problems enough. I'm happy to let the... I know we fought over Bulgaria, but I'm kind of happy to let part of the empire go in order to try and secure the home front. Low manpower. Doesn't seem like we have low manpower. Wait, why is it going down so quickly? Oh, we're demobilizing. Ah, because I restricted the SS. Oh. So that's a bit of a problem. 0.3% of our manpower is available because we have 1.5 from 2-year draft and minus 1.5 from SS restriction. That's pretty bad. I don't know why we have any manpower. But yeah, I mean, demobilizing doesn't seem like a problem, because if there's a civil war about to break out, if it demobilizes us and our opponents equally, I feel like the less divisions involved on a civil war, if you reduce all sides of a civil war's strength equally, you give an advantage to the player, because fewer divisions means more encirclement opportunities, and the player is so much better at encircling than the AI. That said, I haven't played this game in like months and months, so maybe I'm terrible at encircling now. Who knows? Stop making moves, Goring. I thought Goring was like a doddering old dude who just wanted to play with his art. Why is he getting involved in a civil war? Promises a better future. A sensible economy. In accordance with Speer's doctrine of reform, it's time to at least attempt to commence some level of economic reform. Speer has a great many gripes with the current economy of the Reich, referring to it as unstable and deeply unfair for the average German. With the enactment of the reforms, let's hope the Reich will soon achieve economic stability and sensibility under the wise leadership of Speer. We get production efficiency and civilian factory cap, as well as some more legitimacy. Yeah, seems good. Stop making moves, Goring. Stop it. War is hell, indeed. Is our thing finished? It has finished. Why can't I do another one? Oh, because I have literally no legitimacy with which to leverage stuff. Fair enough. I'm being told Goring has got bound up with the militarist faction simply because he wants more power. Fair enough. Happens to, you know, the worst of us. We have finished our new anti-tank. These images, they are cool, even if they're horrible to look at. I hope that doesn't... I hope that makes sense. You see what I mean, though. Outdated equipment. Sure. Replace the anti-tank. They're very impressive. They look much worse on this screen because they're clearly not designed to be displayed in this size. But, yeah. Okay. Anything else we should be doing? I don't think so. We've got 20 divisions to our side. The thing that's lacking from this interface is an ability to see, and obviously, you know, you shouldn't get perfect numbers on this, but the ability for the others to have done the same things we're doing in terms of like swaying regiments and diverting equipment. I suppose we could probably see where they've built forts. These could be pre-World War forts. And I don't know if they're using the same events or if they just have a default level that they're going to get to. But it looks like they're doing some of the same things. But Yeah, no, I know that's what making moves is them doing that, but yeah. The Kriegsmarine are in decline. I don't care. I don't care. The funds are better used somewhere else. Keep bringing those regiments to our side. The Federation. So there's some war in over here. Has the terror bombing stopped? Nope, still ongoing. But they're fighting each other a bit. Fair enough. Actually, I think that's a border conflict. Do. Okay. Goering continuing to make moves. Yeah, but I'd like to see how much they've done. Maybe if you could just see how much they'd spent so far. And then you could compare it to how much you spent. And if it actually showed you how much you spent, that would be cool. A sensible economy. Nice. Do you want to scale back military production or open up the market? Yet another of Speer's gripes in the economy is the influence held on German industry by the Wehrmacht. Military needs are playing too far great a role in our economy. Germany's massive military costs are a ridiculous amount on its own, and a tremendous amount of German industrial base is dedicated to keeping it supplied. Therefore, Speer has wisely determined that the Reich's economic situation would improve if we were to scale back our military production. It's unlikely the Reich will be engaged in a major conflict anytime soon. Ha ha, ha ha ha. Well, let's do opening the market first. We are currently under embargo by our opponents in the OFN and the co-prosperity sphere. It's not as if we're entirely innocent, as we ourselves are currently embargoing several potentially profitable trade partners. Thus, we have unintentionally limited our capacity to engage in international trade, thereby causing us an unneeded economic strain. To have a successful economy, we must lift, as of yet, ironclad trade embargoes on our opponents and encourage free trade. Yes, this seems good. We'll get some more legitimacy and some better consumer goods situation. Let's open up the markets a bit. That should make us international... What the hell? The whole thing just changed colour. That should make us... Why did that happen? It just got a lot brighter. Is it because it's summer now? The death of Prime Minister... let's just say Plaque. I can't read the rest of it. I don't... I'm sorry, I'm not very concerned with the Japanese. We might play the Japanese at some point and then we'll care about it. Okay... Yeah, opening up the economy seems like it'll be good for our international reputation, which might help us in the Civil War. If we can get, like if we can open up a bit to Italy, maybe we can persuade Italy to help us out or something. I don't know. It was Thailand, not Japan. My bad. Chile is having trouble and the black market trade increases. I'm just not concerned because we're not going to have 50 stability, so there's nothing I can do about it. I'll leave that open in case other options pop up, but... New Prime Minister of Thailand. Cool. Good for you. I assume they're in the co-prosperity sphere. New Prime Minister of Japan. I guess he resigned over the crash. We want to continue to bring her regiments to our sides. Okay. Anything else? Is there anything else we need to do just now? This Transbaikal Principality declared war against the all-Russia government of Amur. Where are these places? Amur. Oh, right, that's all the way over here. Neither of you are the all-Russian government, though. Maybe those are like their adjectives. Okay. Squabbling. Squabbling amongst the Russian warlords. Not our problem. New decisions available, apparently. 5 of them? Oh no, that's just these timing out. 50s artillery rocket-assisted projectiles. Do we want to invent any of this stuff? Does any of it matter? Let's get some better radios, sure. More wars in Russia. And yeah, better air radar, sure. We have a front line over here, by the way, just because these are Dutch troops. This is the Rijkscommissariat Nederlands troops that we've lined up here. Oh, maybe not entirely. Maybe I accidentally put some of my men on there as well. Whoops. It's not what I intended. My bad. There we go. Now it is. That was when Himmler was making sounds about the idea that he was going to do a policing action to restore order in Germany, and obviously we couldn't have that. But now we're more focused on internal problems. So yeah, sure, scale back military production. There's far too much of it, unsurprisingly. Cool. Goering keeps making moves. Hitler's still not dead. We've got 450 political power. Die already, Hitler. Stability's still pretty bad. Not much I can do about it. So what else is coming up down here? We've only got one more focus. Too little, too late. Let's not read that yet, because that seems like it's saying the Civil War's starting. Take a look at your Reichskommissariats. What about them? Oh yeah, that's a good point. Which of them favor our ideology? So Norway is on our ideology. England's not. The French state is on our ideology. And the ones in the East, they have elements of our ideology, but they're mostly National Socialists. How about you? No, you're crazy Himmler ideology. You're our ideology, but narrowly. Okay, what about this lot? Slovak state is with us. And you're kind of balanced. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Use the ideology map mode. It's a good point. I forgot that existed. Oh, Italy is... Italy's actually on our ideology. Okay. Yeah, so we have some pretty good allies in the West. Potentially. Italy and France might be able to be swayed to our side. We will see. Yep, keep looking for opportunities. Hey, we can start phasing out slavery to help with unemployment. Nice. Seems good. Come on, Hitler. How long can this man be comatose? Someone poison him. Just get it over with. We want a civil war. The Verona Conference to determine the future of the Italian Empire. What actually happened? The path is now clear for Italy and her people. Reports are coming around Italy that the Black Brigade violence and street fighting. Interesting development. Okay. Well, we'll see. Himmler's ideology is called Himmlerite, which basically just means batshit insane as far as I can tell. And they're that rather kind of pleasingly evil burgundy color on the wheel. It's pretty good. Read the ideology descriptions. No. I refuse. I'll read ours. No, that's National Socialism. I guess I can only read it in a nation that actually follows it. Slavish devotion to the state, the government, the control of a single strong man. Yeah, we got it. We know what fascism is. Too little, too late. In recent weeks, the situation within the Reich has worsened. Counter to Speer's belief that they would have improved due to the implementation of reformist economic policies, instead, Speer has begun to realize things are going to get worse before they get better. At this rate, it's going to be quite some time before the Reich is able to achieve economic reform. It's more than obvious that we achieved too little, too late. Well, you did spend 20 years being just the worst people in history, so are we really expecting it to all just go well? Should we have our men under a leader? Can we put ourselves in command? Are we one of these generals? I don't think so. I don't see us. Shame. And I'm sure that wouldn't make a difference anyway. Because I don't think... Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think Hoy allows you to script for who's in charge of particular armies. Another report from Norway. What's going on? Surprisingly, output demands. They're trying to curb instances of famine by investing in their agricultural industry. They're going to become even more dependent on our exports and capital, a fine foundation for our future economic growth. Cool. Seems fine. Keep bringing those here regiments over. Still comatose. But I'm imagining that the length of these focuses is intentionally set. And when we finish this one, pretty much that's when things are going to kick off. Oh, this lowers our popularity by 5%. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I probably shouldn't have done this focus, because this is going to give us like 5% lower equipment. I'm not quite sure how civil wars work in vanilla, and it might be different in the mod, but I think this means we're going to get like 25% less equipment because I took this focus. Oh well. All right, here it is. Too little, too late. No more focuses to take. Our popularity at an all-time low. More research? Sure. Let's do some ahead of time military police. Seems thematic. I'm being instructed to lower the speed. I will do so, though I don't know why. You know what we should do? Hey, people who don't support my ideology. It's imperative that you immediately give over control of all of your men and then send them a long way away. Like, you guys. It's really important that all of your men go to the Russian front right now. You lot, stop this. You lot, all of you. We're hearing dangerous reports from Russia. And so Spear has decided that it's vital for you all to go and man the Russian front. Alright, good stuff. What could go wrong? Iberia announces the creation of the Iberian Council. You didn't have a council? A useless organization for a weak state. Yes, that's just what I was thinking. More opportunities. Improve conditions. Oh, God. And sanitation at the existing camps. Sure, let's not think about that too hard. Our influence is minuscule, despite the fact that we have loads of regiments and things backing us up. Seems good. Is he not dead yet? I'm going back to speed 5. I was told yesterday that he would die in September. I have been lied to. We're going to keep bringing those here regiments over. Do-do-do. All right. The ahead of time military policing is thematically policing. All right. Here we go, boys. Civil war incoming. I'm not happy that apparently this is our like heartland over here, and we're going to be bordering freaking madman Himmler. What are you up to? Building huge forts, doing some black market trading. Got some collaborationist French. They're purging the rot. Monthly population minus 25%. Jesus Christ. Autumn. Oh, here we go. Here we go. He lies, catatonic, on his deathbed, alone, except for his physician seated outside. Outside the room lie 100 million souls in terrible waiting. Yet his consciousness is an empty bliss beyond this world. His life flashes by him in reverse. He recalls her funeral, how his heart broke, and how his only reverence for his motherland remained. The Cathedral of Light during the victory parade after the war, the long conquest against the Judeo-Bolshevism he mercilessly fought. The world's powers are in awe of Germany at the Olympic Games, his struggle to break the old order with blood and steel. The house of his parents, where he first dreamt to end all dreams. The stream ends with one final shot of morphine. His worn eyes open from the injection. He looks around, as if searching for something. Behind a sliver of luminescence left in between the curtains, he sees Volkshail bathed in sunlight. He stares at the dome for some time, trying to remember Deutschland before he hears a whisper. The only voice he ever truly loved. He shifts his gaze for a fleeting moment. She is there, her apparition fading. He whispers his last word, a single tear welling his eyes. Eva? There are no sounds for a while, except for the faint surrating. I never knew how to say this word. Surrating of oak leaves and the chirping of barn swallows. The news of Adolf Hitler's passing came after 1 hour of peace. There would never again be silence for the children of Germania. Farewell, mein Führer. Excuse me? Minus 300 political power? What? I've been saving up. Outrageous. Speer ascended the steps with a thudding heart. Brandt had summoned him from Germania with just 4 words: "We need to talk," although he had been too paranoid to say any more. Over the next week, Brandt had ousted a spy amongst the Berghorst staff and uncovered bugging devices in every room. Wherever the doctor had to say, it had to be in person. Deep down, Speer knew that what this meeting would herald. He looked up to see the swollen Brandt standing awkwardly at the front door, greeted him with a limp salute. "He's dead," Brandt whispered. A wave of emotions washed over Speer. Grief, anger, the iron-cold sense of dread. Brandt said something else, but Speer wasn't listening. He wanted to drift back to the first time when he and Hitler first met. He wanted to reminisce about the countless hours the two of them had spent planning the Germania project. He wanted to replay the final lucid conversations they'd had. This was not the time to be idle. The future awaited, and it demanded a clear mind. 2 hours turned in... The minutes turned into hours. The hours grew to days. Soon the rumours spread throughout the Reich. The Führer was dead. The Reich was officially leaderless. Reichsminister, Speer's secretary, burst into the room. "I've just been informed the Reichstag met today to discuss Hitler's death. The emergency council refused to legally pronounce you Führer. They said it's a time for mourning, not ceremony." Speer shot to his feet with a curse. His mind was racing faster than ever. Germania had slipped from his grasp. There was no time to lose. War was coming. Extensive preparations had already been made. It was time to fly west. Never send to know. For whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. Hitler is dead. The Reich mourns. Do they, though? I think they'll mourn in a minute. We'll give them reason to mourn in a minute. Yeah, it's a good thing we saved up. Adolf Hitler is dead, I heard. Hello, Civil War. Let's do it. Game. A funeral for the Führer. The funeral for Adolf Hitler was probably the largest and most extravagant in history. Thousands of Germans stood in attendance, with nearly an entire division of soldiers just for the funeral march, not to mention the endless flyovers by the Luftwaffe and the constant jockeying for the best spots to show off by a dozen military units. Even standout figures such as John F. Kennedy and a representation of Emperor Hirohito were in attendance. Heydrich, Speer, Goering, and Bormann were all in attendance and all gave their words at leaders' passing. Today is a day of mourning. Crisis has struck Germany. You must be strong in the coming days. For an entire Reich, now is a time for healing. And then they were gone. Not even half an hour after the body was lowered, 4 staff cars and their convoys were speeding off to parts unknown, preparing for plans that were no doubt only just beginning. That was abrupt. Okay. The flock takes flight. Since the death of Adolf Hitler, the Luftwaffe had begun to act awry. The great jet birds began to fly without command across many areas of the Reich. Airfields vacate, as seemingly every air wing in the Luftwaffe undertakes a great migration, their destination yet unknown. The strange flocking habits of these Luftwaffe birds is not restricted to just aircraft. Full Skrimjäger divisions, too, load up their equipment and personnel into aircraft with an unwarranted haste and soar off to destinations unknown. Luftwaffe personnel seem to be in the midst of utter abandonment of post countrywide, with only a scarce few commanders planting their contingents firm upon their assigned airfields. As Feldmarschall Spiedel frantically attempts to officially ascertain the status of the Luftwaffe, motorcades in Germania are seemingly filled with their top brass, leaving their officers for personal reasons, pre-planned leave, or some simply departing Germania with no such as a word as to their superiors. Spiedel may not have the official status of the dilemma on hand, yet there is no doubt in the minds of many that this is the work of old Reichsmarshal Göring. His pieces will soon be in place. Who controls the fuel supplies? Adolf Hitler is currently dead. Hopefully that can't change. The Reich sits in a state of confusion now. For the past week, the Reichstag has been at one another's throats over the simple matter of who citizens of the Reich should hail now the Führer is dead. While it's always assumed the next Führer will be saluted, with the current chaos and lack of any real planning for this crisis, means the German people have been left in a state of utter confusion. Reichstags bickled and ideologically minded hailed their chosen candidate for office. Soldiers hailed their general or their home cities. Yeah, okay, who cares? By the end of the week, Hail the Reich was beginning to take precedence. Fair enough. Here, acting strange. Men from the Heer abandoned their posts. Some divisions' calls have reported half or sometimes more of their men going AWOL. Entire infantry and panzer divisions have disappeared off the map, only to reappear across the country in southern Germany. No explanations can be shaken from the officers or generals of these divisions, since they are either nowhere to be found or hidden away in the black spot of southern Germany. To make matters worse, late last night, the general staff in Berlin vanished. A convoy of personnel cars and military trucks filled with high-ranking officials and their attachments were last seen heading south after picking up the troops at checkpoints. There is little doubt that they are heading south. Here's messages run amok in Germania, formations all across Germany, suddenly leaderless and further disintegrating. From one partially burnt letter, an aide managed to dig up across a couple of taped phone recordings reveal a common, simple phrase from Martin Bormann himself. It is time. Bormann is making his move. Oh, God. Okay. When they said a lot of them had gone, I guess these are actually from over here. So, yeah, there goes our entire army. Good stuff. Here it goes. As the wave of violence continues throughout Germany. What do you mean the wave of violence? There hasn't been any violence yet. Heydrich has declared himself the rightful Führer. This is not new news from him, but the news is the fact that he has called upon his SS to restore order within the country. Forces the SS based in Elsass-Lothringen. Excuse me? I thought this was my homeland bit. Conveniently close to the border with Burgundy, and Ostpreußen, his strongest areas of support, have stormed local police stations and administrative buildings with full intent of taking over all of Germany. Thanks to the absolute state of the Reich, however, we can do nothing. It has begun. Ah, so they just demilitarize. Interesting. Okay. More tech. That will save us. Let's research some ahead of time industrial stuff. What could go wrong? Speerians rise up. After recent chaos in the Reich, Albert Speer and his divisions loyal to him have begun a rebellion in the northwest of Germany. Armed students have taken over government buildings, and student uprisings are reported throughout the country. Our country now continues to crumble. Speer Jilst. Why would that demilitarize it for me? I'm Speer. So that looks like that's the region we're going to start with. Surely we can get control over Germania, though. Göring rises up as the streets begin to fill with the sounds of war, and forces loyal to the Asian contender begin armed insurrection. Göring has called upon loyal legions to stamp out rebellion within the nation by starting his own. About half the country's total landmass have declared themselves loyal to him, and his forces now begin battles against disloyal militiamen and the rest of the contenders. Okay, who's going to control Germania? That's the question. Because Germania holds, a lot of the population. We're going to need them to be able to, we're going to need to be able to recruit them. Bormann breaks away. The German Reich, once a triumphant victor, has collapsed into outright civil war. The fact confirmed earlier today as Martin Bormann, rather reluctantly, ordered the remaining German forces loyal to him to fully break from the Reich and to begin warfare against the rest of the contenders for the next Führer. Our eagle has fallen. Gott mit uns. God is with us. So we now only have control over the state of Brandenburg. The civil war begins. While tensions have been rising between the various factions in the Reich for years, nobody quite expected the explosion of violence that came shortly after the death of the Führer. I mean, I did. Everyone has seen, of course, the politicians scattering to their homes, the military arming themselves and locking down roads, the police taking up their heaviest weapons and barricading their stations. But an outright civil war? Expected or not? This is an interesting, broader political point. To not have civil war requires effort. Constant effort. People think civil war and war in general is something that only happens when people are evil or people make lots of really, really bad decisions. It's not true. Peace is hard and requires achieving in a constant, ongoing way in every country in the world. You should never be surprised if the military arming themselves and locking down roads leads to civil war. Expected or not, however, the war is here. Military units have focused their attention on Germania, ensuring the capital remains under military control. But elsewhere, the pretenders to the throne of the Reich have armed themselves, and fighting has broken out across Germany. Speer, Heinrich, Bormann, Göring. No one knows which will win, but of all the people of the nation know that dark days are ahead of them. With Germany in collapse and anarchy in the streets, foreign powers have already begun debating what to do. The United States and Japan have already begun looking in on how best to exploit the chaos. Iberia and Italy are quickly militarizing in order to carve out further influence in the chaos. Shouldn't really use chaos twice in the same sentence. The Reichskommissariats, ostensibly loyal vassals of the Reich, sit in the chaos as well, their leaders debating on who to support, or whether or not it is time to begin distancing their realms from the homeland. There will be blood. Here we go. Let's see. Taking a moment, of course, of the German Civil War. In the wake... Oh. That's cool. It is thus necessary that the individual should finally come to realize that his ego is of no importance in comparison to the existence of the nation. So it begins. In the wake of Hitler's death, erupts into chaos. Yes. Transmission from Heinrich's Germany. Heinrich's Germany has declared war on Speer's Germany. Heinrich's Germany has declared war on Göring's Germany. Heinrich's Germany has declared war on Bormann's Germany. Speer's Germany... Okay, we've all declared war on each other. Is that right? I'm at war with I'm at war with everyone, and they're all at war with everyone. Yes, okay. Crap, how did Göring get so much land? Okay, so here's our men. And we are Painfully low on infantry equipment. Have we got spares? Yes, good. So here's our 30,000 that we got from our efforts earlier. Cool tank models. We hold Hamburg. Oh, look, they got FALs. Nice guns. I think FAL is the American knockoff version or something, actually. The Swedish knockoff version. I'm not sure if those are FALs. Whatever. 7.62 NATO rounds. The German Civil War. The German Civil War is much decided on the hearts and minds of the German people as it is on the battlefield. The quest for legitimacy continues. We have 5 legitimacy. Convert 5 legitimacy to 5 influence. We can exert influence on areas controlled by the contentious. Okay, keeping or gaining them may just be the edge we need to gain the battle. Show hide influence actions. Show hide influence opportunities. Capture Bremen. Ooh, I can spend influence to just capture places. That's interesting. We have the best flag, to be honest. That's crap. That's it's pretty bad. How about you? That's obviously horrendous. We have the best flag. Okay. Convert 5 legitimacy to 5 influence. Sure. And then activates mission capture Bremen. Well, that seems like a good first objective. Is the whatchamacallit, the Maginot Line still here? No. Good. So this looks like a fertile area for conflict, as does this, basically. Oh, Germany is still here. Okay. The Reichstag Emergency Council. It's clear designation as who successful will be. Many in the government are up in arms. They may have saved Rome from bailing, but they're content to fiddle as the rest of the empire goes down in flames. Okay, so they're just sitting there, not worrying about it, basically. I think our first move should be against Goering. Playing, yes, chat is pointing out we are playing this on German election day, which is quite funny. I think our first move should be against Goering, and we should attempt to capture Rostock, and thereby cut this lot off and secure things that way. And the way I'm going to try and achieve that is by navally transporting men to Hamburg in a bold maneuver. What I hope will be a bold as opposed to stupid maneuver. So, split off the submarines. Oh, hang on. Can I not go here? Allow access. Can I not go to sea? Selected task force can't move here. Asking other countries for military access or docking rights will give us access to their naval bases. Huh? I have land. Not sure why these guys can't go out to sea. Air controller, fly swatter, spotter, submarine, spotter, blockade runner. Let's go blockade runner on the main one. Why didn't it split off the submarines? Apparently I can't control the navy. I can't click these buttons. Yeah, I guess I just have to wait a minute. But yeah, so the initial objective is to capture Bremen. Or maybe Kiel. Yeah, an initial movement from Hamburg to capture Kiel. Kiel? Not sure how you say it. Mission capture Kiel. 50 days. If you complete it, I get 10... I get 5 bonus influence because I had to spend 5 to take the mission. Cool. Let's organize the men. Northern Army. Defensive army postured against... who's this? Bormann? Yeah. I'm hopeful that we don't see much action on the Bormann front. I'd really like to push forward 2 tiles, though. So we were holding the woods rather than the plains, but... Frankfurt is a little vulnerable. As well. Either way. I guess this has to be you as well. Yeah. Frankfurt is a really awkward spot. You guys are going to be one of the armies here. And you guys are going to be another front of that same army. Because we're going to want more people covering this side, of course. Okay, so yeah, I don't want Himmler to take the Rhineland from us, because we've got a couple of factories in there. So let's divert quite significant numbers of our extra troops down there. And then a lot of the rest need to come up here and help against Goering. This is the front line we're trying to establish in the long run. And we're going to do it. First off, let's just make sure we're shoring up all our fronts. Don't want anything to get thrown away. And then U10, it reckons these guys are outnumbered still. All right, you can have another 2 here. And we might try and push them back to the river, but we'll see. Are you planeless? Asks chat. Great point. Yes. For now, anyway. You lot. New army. Okay. We're going to need a field marshal. And I want the armies in... Yes, that order. So it's clockwise for the armies. Now. Naval invasion force. Move to Wilhelmshaven. And actually, let me give you an attack plan so you get a planning bonus. Move to Wilhelmshaven at best speed. And we will make some efforts from there. Tanks. Let me take a look at our divisions. Oh, God. I'm going to delete a bunch of these. The ones we don't have and we aren't going to build. Because I just don't want to deal with them. Okay, so the Panzers. They're not horrendous, but they're not very good. Is my short term. We're not going to use paratroopers. Paratroopers are overpowered. And this is like elite infantry, right? Yeah, we don't have any deployed, but we're going to keep them. Marines. I don't really use Marines, to be honest. I shouldn't delete them, though. Oh, we also have another Panzer Battalion, and they are identical, so we'll delete the first one. Okay, so this is a basic infantry division. We've got light infantry divisions. Apparently we actually have some Waffen-SS, as well as some motorized. The Waffen-SS have MBT, Modern Battle Tank? Okay. Military factories. We should give it a few days before I assign military factories. Civilian factories. We want military factories, and we want them in Westfalen. Unassigned divisions. So I do. You two, shore up the main front against Goering, because he seems to have quite a few men here, as well as some tanks. But yes, so the tanks. We have 3 tank divisions, looks like, who we're going to have operating under a separate command structure. We can't leave a hole here, though, so for just a moment, let's replace you first. These NATO symbols look much worse than they do in vanilla. I think I'm going to turn off NATO symbols. Just for the purposes of that still looks worse than vanilla. Like, what is that meant to be? Is that a looks like an Australian sun hat. Let's replace that. So we've got basic infantry, elite infantry with the arrows, yeah. And then this other infantry, which is just the same. How many of these do we have? Because it's being used as a garrison template. We have 41 divisions. Okay, let's change the garrison template. You should use this one, I think. Probably. Yeah. Use that one. And now we can delete this. This is our basic infantry division. Got some anti-tanks, some artillery, some engineers. Fine. What are you? Bergenwehr. You're our light infantry. Okay, it's a terrible icon. Little pawn man. And then you can be the standard infantry icon, which is just going to be that. Sure. And then the elite infantry are castles, because they can be used as like strong stopgaps. Although, are they actually better? Their organization is higher, and they're faster. And their recovery rate is higher. But their defense is significantly lower. So I guess they're more like breakthrough divisions, actually. So we'll make them unicorns. Panzers look fine, and these two are basically the same, so they can both be represented by the same thing. Okay, we should send some SS to the north and replace them, because we want to be able to move fast once we land here. We have very little fuel, so let's import some. Fuel. United States of America. No possible trade route can be found. I think because we need to unpause. Okay, let's save in case the game goes badly wrong and just crashes. Right, we're not going to use our military factories yet. Not going to use that yet. Not going to use... Well, dockyards. Make me some corvettes. Or maybe some basic destroyers with just steel. And I'm just going to assume that this is fine. Maybe some basic destroyers, please. Because those are the ones we actually have a chance to finish some of before the end of the war. Or for things to really get going. Slow it down. Unpause. No immediate attacks. I like to see it. I'm going to leave the tanks. Actually, yeah, you can be assigned to the tank division. Right, we should assign some armies. So you... Oh, no, okay, immediate attacks. Mobilize... Firstly, move you here, and then mobilize the tanks to help propel these attacks. Because I want to use the tanks in the north, probably. You guys should strat redeploy. I should you. I should you. I should you. I should you. Okay. So, let's assign some men. The main field marshal of the defense. Planning. He's got some okay stats. This guy looks a bit better. Infantry division defense. Yes, sure. Stief. Oh, he's not a field marshal. River attack seems good. Yeah, sure. Congratulations. You, which is the attacking force in the north. Planning speed seems important. Urban assault, also important. Reconnaissance, also important. Let's go with you. Now, this front appears to be the one that's going to face the first assault, so let's just give you the best straight-up guy. This one, I think, is one of the less important fronts at the beginning, so we'll go with entrenchment speed. And then here, defending against the crazies, I'll give you this guy. Yeah, less attack, but good max planning. Sure. Meanwhile, can you give you some traits? No, we have no command power. Okay. Things are going rapidly back wrong in the north. Let's slow down time again. Infantry are moving in to reinforce. What are they attacking me with? Okay, it's a big panzer attack. And we are not penetrating them. We still don't have any navy. Have things updated on the logistics front? Yes, good. So we are short leopards and motorized, but we have a good amount of infantry equipment still. Should we deploy some more infantry? How much do they cost per unit? Only 900. Yes, I would love another... Well, let's just keep going until we run out of something. We're out of anti-tank. That's not a problem. Now we're out of manpower. Okay. Well, we definitely don't want to run out of manpower. Let's deploy 12 and see how quickly we can get those out to shore up this front line. Meanwhile, it appears what we are to be short of is anti-tanks. So first off, let's just get the basics in here. Motorized infantry, anti-tank, support, artillery. I don't think we have any anti-air. We do have some anti-air. Fair enough. And some tanks. Is the APC a tank? Is this our basic tank? Anti-personnel, armored personnel carrier? APC. Not sure about that. Anyway, how many factories we got? 12. 4 on this. 2 on anti-tank, because I think their tanks are going to be dangerous. It's in the tank tab. Of course it is. It's the MBT that we need, I think. Yeah. Modern battle tank, I'm assuming. We're making a grand total of 8 a year. Huzzah. Do we want to build any planes? Oh, we can make ballistic missiles. That's cool. Who has control of the Germany's nuclear arsenal? I'm assuming the Reichstag has the codes or something, so we can't use them. Yeah, I think we're not going to do planes. I'm going to do more infantry, because we're going to start losing infantry equipment at a pace. Decisions. Oh my god. Okay, so we can launch bombing raids and start uprisings, and they need enough influence. We can use influence to command the Air Force, apparently. That's pretty cool. But obviously we can't do anything about this right now because we've got no influence. So we'll not worry about that. We do have access to nukes, but apparently we don't have... no one wants to use them. No one asked me. Meanwhile, our tank commander just is going to be the other one. And then I think we had a tank guy. Yeah, here we go. Panzer leader. Seems good. Welcome. One up here is holding these guys back. Good stuff. Okay, and obviously we want a bit of planning built up. Ideally, before we launch stuff here. Let's change this fronts up a bit. There we go. National focus bypass. Right, yes, national focus. The Civil War has begun in full. Our leader made us the chief Führer of Germany. He made a daring escape and went to Essen. Set up his base operations. Okay. Volkskampf or National Kriegshilfeorganisation. Outer supply, lower supply consumption, or recruitable population up, division organisation up. Yeah, it's definitely this. We're definitely doing that. Okay, we're holding so far. It looks like they're leaving themselves open for an attack on Bremen. Let's try it. And meanwhile, can we go to sea now? Yes. Can I control the navy now? Yes. Marvelous. You guys, your submarines, go and do some convoy raiding. Well, we don't have any fuel, so let's not do that. You guys, the frigates, detach the frigates. Frigates, I want you to convoy escort in the North Sea. And the main force, I want you to strike force the North Sea. Which hopefully will be sufficient to protect these guys as they make their dash to Hamburg. Good luck. Godspeed. The attack on Bremen is going well so far. It has forced their tank to cease their offensive, which was the main function. We might be able to win it anyway. Obviously, this is a pretty troubling... Oh, no. Okay, never mind. They actually pushed us back. Crap. Let's see if we can push them straight back across the river. Cease the offensive on Bremen, though. Bring the motorized south to assist in the attack. This tank. Are you crossing a river? It's hard for me to see. Because it's so blue. This attack over here. Also problematic. Oh, right. You're commanded by the other guys. Let's move some motorized infantry in here. Just to try and make sure they lose that attack. No action in the south. Oh, we've got some better intel. They don't have very many men down here. I might try and capture the Mossland. I obviously don't want to push into Elsass-Lothringen, but... Yeah, okay. We have a tank down here. Should be assigned to this one, but... Still. Let's make the tanks red so they're noticeable. Yeah, okay. No time to waste. Begin an offensive. You guys, back them up. I'm going to see if I can push them out of Mossland and capture its factories. And you guys should be in the Northern Army with an attack plan. The men are arriving unintercepted so far. We are critically low on fuel. Trade. America. We have no civilian factories. No, I do. Okay, there we go. Give me... You know what? This war is not going to be very long. We don't have time to build stuff. Give me 24 fuel. We should be able to make a significant amount there. Okay, they are rapidly moving to reinforce around here. If we could just take this tile before these tanks cause problems. These guys are arriving to shore up the defense in the rear. We have pushed them back, and they've abandoned Bremen. Make them regret it. These tanks are problematic. The Franco-Burgundian War. Oh dear. That seems bad. The situation within Europe rapidly develops as the German sphere free falls into total collapse. They may have wondered whether a move the secretive Black State would make. With the recently leaked footage showing SS convoys moving into Burgundy, a border has become one of the most militarized in Earth overnight. Many observers declared this to be evidence that Heinrich Himmler has withdrawn support of Heydrich's claim for the Führership. Yet the true reasoning has now revealed itself. While the international community is still scrambling to make sense of the chaos, Burgundian tanks are rolling into Paris, and the French military, severely weakened by German sanctions, has either been forced into full retreat or had entire divisions destroyed wherever they dare make their stands. A shadow looms over France. Okay, so he's taking over France. Can't say I care. We have bigger problems at home right now. No template for our basic anti-air. Okay, stop making basic anti-air then. You told me that I was missing production. Don't alert me about those decisions. Okay, meanwhile in the south, the attack on Trier has been a great success. Begin an attack here, and as soon as possible, I want you across that river, establishing a breachhead to surround Luxembourg. Meanwhile, we're going to need one of these guys to shore up our rear. Meanwhile, in the north, our extra divisions have landed and are now assigned. Going to give them a minute to get some organization. No, I'm not, because these guys have reinforced here. We need to get Kiel. Send one on a sweeping north attack. These guys are apparently helicopter infantry. Okay, interesting. The attack on Bremen is in full swing. Our panzers have deployed in. It is hard fighting, of course, since it's a city. But are we filling the combat width? No. Give me some more divisions then. It's obviously very tough fighting here, but we'll see. We have pushed them back here. I'm going to leave these two pinning them here in an attempt to take Kiel from behind them. Okay, the push in the south has fallen. Trier is under... No, wait, this is Trier. I thought we had the city, but still pretty good. More men cross the river. Yes, the tanks have made it across. The armored spearhead will bring them low. Exquisite news. Spearhead should continue into the Saarland. All we have to do is reach here and we can cut off their forces in Luxembourg. Let me shift click before a battle has started. There's no reason to not let me. You guys come in here and then capture Metz. Excellent. Whoa. It's real laggy. I wonder who's annexing who. Oh. Oh. Okay, let's calm down again. We're still critically short on fuel, which is pretty bad. But now that these guys have landed, I think we can safely tell this lot to stand down. And just switch to... Yeah, switch all of them to strike force. Come on, get in there. This pinning action is costing us many lives, no doubt. Look east. Oh my freaking lord. The Moscow autonomy has declared independence. Oh hey, they're fascists. That's us, right? A language problem and a rural state. And the general sovereign zone. It's a complete mess. Alright, well, I'm not worried about that. That's the problem after we've won the Civil War. The fight for Bremen is ongoing. Hang on, do we have any capital ships? Yeah. Hey, you two heavy cruisers. Excuse me. Yeah, hold your plans. All of you. Hold. Heavy cruisers. I need you off the coast of Bremen providing shore bombardment. They're in Kiel, but we're pushing forwards and they can't stop us. I need you to just capture this northern section. Okay, we got shore bombardment now? Yes. Good. It's only 5%, but every 5% helps. Meanwhile, I have detected a weak spot. Drive in here, and then use the armored and motorized spearhead to take Lüneburg. Thus, we will entirely cut this lot off. And then as soon as we take Bremen. No, wait, which is this one? Which is the port south of Hamburg? Or is that also Hamburg? Spearhead has stalled down here. I did not tell you to go up there. Alright, armored units, stop that. Oh no, actually, we need to keep that going as a pinning action. But I really want to try and cut these guys off, if at all possible. Can't afford to waste armored organization on that. Let's move them in here to pin them at least. Oh, no, never mind. They're idiots. Good stuff. You guys can close the net somewhat here. Across the river. Meanwhile, in the north, Bremen has fallen. It's a spearhead. That's good. Okay. This pinning action can now cease. Because that has succeeded. You guys need to come south. And Kiel will be under our grip in no time flat. Hold. Take Kiel. Okay, meanwhile, armored and motorized push continue east. The rest of you begin another offensive to widen the bridgehead. Yeah, fuel is problematic. Let's import all we can. I don't care if I won't be able to construct any buildings. We just need any and all fuel we can to keep our armored spearheads going. Things down here are deteriorating. Let's see if we can get this pocket. No, they're moving in. Hans Spiedel assumes control in Germania. Respected. Yeah, I don't care. We have bigger problems. We're going to take control of Germania by force soon. Well, I'm happy that we've managed to push them out of this bit of Mossland, but without the ability to capture the south, we're obviously in trouble. They, however, appear to have completely abandoned this bit. So if they're going to let me just cross rivers willy-nilly, you better believe I'm going to. Infantry, give me some support in Lüneburg. No, that's not going to happen. Hold on a second. Slow the offensive. Let guys reorg a bit. Or, hear me out, start another offensive right away. In a more favorable direction. And we've pushed them out here. That's exquisite. You guys, as soon as you land, support that. We'll try and pocket this guy. Keep that going. HMMLR's England has declared war on England. The Kingdom of England and HMMLR England. Okay. Are you the English England? And these guys are the collaborationalists? Collaborating England? Oh, what's going on up here? Are these mine? Attack submarine hulls are attacking my convoys. And I have so little fuel to respond with. Little tiny escort ships. Go. Protect the convoy. Apparently we actually do have the fuel to keep that up, so. Kiel captured. One of Germany's greatest ports and metaphorical gatekeeper of the Kiel Canal has fallen. The war continues. We gain lots of stuff. Good. Next up. Bremen? Can I not do Bremen because I've already taken it now? That's a shame. Leipzig, Wien, München, Danzig. What about Rostock? Rostock's important. We have 10 influence. Okay. Steel equipment from Göring's Germany. We have 4,000 units of infantry equipment. Yeah, absolutely. Pinch stuff from Göring. And anything else? Start an uprising in Göring's Germany. That seems like that's not going to do anything. But it could disrupt them a bit. So sure. Start an uprising in Goering's Germany. Goering is the target right now. He's the one we're going after. I think Berman is the biggest threat, but let's take a look at Intel Ledger, actually. Where do you see how many men someone has? Here you go. Yeah, so Berman is the biggest threat. So if we can take out Goering first, and then we can prioritize Berman next. I'm worried about the state of this front, but right now I think we could probably hold it if we had to. And again, if they're just going to continue to abandon good defensible positions here, never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Yeah, I mean, this seems good. We haven't actually taken Mossland yet, I think. Yeah. Meanwhile, in the north, a couple of factories here, some dockyards. Good stuff. Now we just need... Oh, crap, we got pushed out of this tile, though. How would that go well? Probably not, right? No. Expansion into Africa. West Africa has had it rough since the end of the Second World War. Yes. Bombed anything inland to dust. Why? It seems horrendous. Let's try an offensive from the north, propped up by our decent units. Yeah. And then reinforce in there. We need to try and get this pocket closed. You two, back us up here. We're really struggling against their tank units up here in the north, but once this guy wraps things up, that should simplify things somewhat. You just take that so it doesn't mess with our front line. And then yeah, we need men in there, backing this up. You guys, counter-offensive. There we go, that stopped them. Okay, good, we're in here. Back this up from behind. The Warsaw Uprising, Nazi Empire, continues to crumble. Fine by me. Poland exists! Cool. I'm kind of surprised there are still Poles, to be honest. Based on the absolute dystopian madness that the rest of this world is exhibiting. Okay. We have taken this tile. Now, let's try and take this one. You stay put. Move the motorized in here. We should be able to push one tank division out pretty quickly. Got some good defensive positions here now. The counter-offensive is working. In this most uncivil of civil wars. English civil wars ongoing. Fine. Okay, these tanks, let's have them move south and help dislodge this guy who's becoming rather troublesome. Meanwhile, this move up there has been successful. Gonna need more reinforcement on this tank, though. The north is working. Karl Donitz launches a coup in Crimea. Blasted traitor. He lamented that the intrigues in Germania had finally pushed him to the only faction he felt to be the true, legitimate government of Germany. Berman. Damn. Oh well. Don't really care about Crimea, to be honest. Alright. Pushing in here. Good. Some more encircled SS bastards. Okay. Now we're looking like we're going to be in a pretty good place. Ooh, Letland has declared war. Okay, don't know where that is. Don't really care. We haven't got any mobile... Well, we have got some. Yeah, let's divert these motorized units. Naval battle results. Nice. Took up some of their subs. Whose were they? Goering's. Good stuff. And you guys can go back to port. Merge with this lot again. Okay, and we're not facing too many problems up here, so let's keep this offensive going. See if we can cut these guys off. I should probably be doing objectives, but I think we lost the opportunity to do the Bremen one already. Pocket established. Let's clear out this tank division. You guys support that. Hidden heroes. don't care. We have our own problems. Okay, SS. It's time. Yeah, if these guys are just going to leave Strasbourg, then you better believe I'm going to waltz in. I am going to adjust this front line somewhat, so that we don't have these guys marching over there. But yeah, this is not a defensible front line. We maybe should pull back from these two tiles, but what the heck is going on now? God, it's just complete chaos in this world. It's quite, you know, it's quite realistic, honestly. The problem is they're going to be difficult to dislodge, though this is plains. So once people have shuffled around, where do the tanks go? I had some tanks down here. The formation... Oh god, I thought I'd paused it. I thought I'd paused it. The territory of the military commander in Serbia declared war on the Serbian National Liberation Front. The Afrika Skind. Yeah, we have bigger problems. What happened to my tanks? I had tanks down here. Did they die? Oh no, there they are. I'm going to need you here. Get back here. They have indeed just left Strasbourg, so you better believe I'm just going to march in, which will give me control. Control over Mosland has given us 3 additional civilian factories. Okay. Right, occupation laws. Do we have cores? Like, is this land our core? No. Okay. Do we have any decisions about the fact that we own land that's not ours? Doesn't look like it. 5 legitimacy, 5 influence. Yes, please. Capture. I don't think I want to do any of these right now. Let's start stealing equipment from Bowman since he's the bigger threat as well. Good. Logistics-wise, still looking fine on infantry equipment. How my recruitment's going? Getting there. Okay, we've taken Strasbourg, which leaves... Oh no, wait, we haven't taken Strasbourg. What? Even with the victory points here? Outrageous. Can I take the mountains south of Strasbourg? Because those are the annoying ones to capture. That would be real handy. You guys, get down here. There's a situation developing. If we could capture these mountains south of Strasbourg, it's going to make this a lot easier. Ooh, God. Okay, they have mountaineers in Mulhausen. That's unfortunate. Serbs rise up. Cool. With the Germans in chaos, they may have a chance. Good luck to you, Serbia. I don't mind if you are independent. Keep moving more and more men down here. Okay, tanks arriving. The tank's going to punch a hole in their lines by taking this Plains province. That's the plan. And then we should be able to wrap up the pocketed guys. Because supplies-wise, they have 1 supply here. 1 supply here. They really should start having problems. Donut sieges Crimea, I remember. Let's launch a 3-pronged offensive here. See if we can get that pocket done. And even if not, should be able to push them out of here. Good stuff. Motorize, come in here and support this offensive. Exquisite. Goering really not having a good day so far. Things going pretty well for us. Not enough manpower equipment to fill our garrisons. We don't have enough support equipment. That is a problem. Let's prioritize garrisons and then reinforcements and deployment. Because if we really don't want to have trouble with, like, you know, infrastructure and things being destroyed by uprisings. Looks like Mulhausen is going to fall under our control very shortly, because these guys are doing the normal AI thing and completely bleeding themselves out of organization in offensive, which means you can then immediately launch a counteroffensive and win instantly. Excuse me, and win instantly. There we go. Nice. I'm being told there are still Poles because the Germanization was hilariously ineffective. Which makes sense. Drive them out of their last port. Oh. There's a South African civil war. No one starts a war, or rather no one in his senses ought to do so, without first being clear in his mind what he intends to achieve in that war, and how he intends to conclude it. Clausewitz! I didn't know Clausewitz was a real person. I thought that was just the name of the Paradox engine. And yeah, just a little sting of Paint It Black soundtrack. Pretty cool stuff. Germany has a lot of men, huh? Can you join me, please? I'd appreciate it if you'd back me up. He invented the theory of mutually assured destruction in the 18th century. What? That's insane. Are you sure you mean the 18th? I'll believe you if you tell me yes, but that seems absurd. We need some men left behind here to shore up this front, because this is obviously... If they could launch offensive, that would be troubling. We need to try and keep things organized here. I'm not sure we actually need anyone on the south bit of the front, because this front can take care of it. Let's have one guy here as rapid response. Good. Meanwhile, in the north, that pocket is being liquidated. You guys move over here. Okay, our northern offensive went really well. That was a great success. I'm going to keep pushing. And we're going to use the tanks to do it. Good. He's the one that wrote "To secure peace, prepare for war"? Really? That's really cool. Strasbourg captured. The nervous center of Reinhard Heydrich's military operation has been overrun. The resulting battle has left the city burnt and ruined. Not much remains of it. The SS fortified the riverbanks and city heavily. Only after hours of continuous bombardments and armored assaults will the SS finally pushed back. Makeshift bridges set up. Oh, Jesus, it's going to be bad. Suicidal SS attacks would almost always hit formations hit by those massive explosions. It was either an act of mercy or afraid that straggling civilians may interfere with their plans. Most of the city's population were allowed to leave before the fighting. Leniency on the attackers' behalf may have backfired. The SS soldiers managed to infiltrate with the refugees and now attack their enemies' back lines. Worse yet, it looks as if Heydrich has managed to escape along with most of his general staff. What was meant to be a quick, decisive victory has turned out to be a titanic struggle, with sporadic fighting still breaking out. It's like those bastards run their cities, like they run their death camps. Fucking hell. Alright. Still, it's good that we managed to capture that. Taking away a bunch of their population, so they won't be able to reinforce nearly as well. We have them pocketed up against Germania here. Don't give them any time to recuperate. Launch offensives relentlessly along this front. We're going to swing around and at least establish a line here. And it may be that then we launch a major offensive against Böhmen, but we could also try and establish a line here. Where are the other capture places? Danzig, München, Wien, and Leipzig. Okay. It is Wien, isn't it? That's how you pronounce it, right? These guys are short on equipment. What are you short on specifically? Anti-air and anti-tank. I think I'm actually gonna... Wait, did you say anti-air? I thought we didn't need any anti-air. We aren't supposed to need any anti-air. Hey, you guys. Support anti-tank, support anti-air. Who... Is it you that need the anti-air? Who needs anti-air? These guys need anti-air. What are you? Infantry division. Why do you need anti-air? Does infantry divisions require anti-air? Why doesn't it say what equipment each item uses anymore? Okay, here it does. Anti-tank. Every infantry division requires anti-air equipment. Crap. That makes lots of sense. But that's real bad. Okay, make basic anti-air. And actually, I'm going to put 2 factories on it. Yeah, that's very sensible and realistic, but I didn't realize that's pretty bad. No, not basic anti-air. What? The anti-air they need is in the infantry tab. This is the infantry tab. Basic anti-air. That's what they need. Oh, sorry, wrong tab. We can deploy these guys. Ah, anti-air equipment. I assume, surely basic anti-air is anti-air equipment? Anti-air equipment is the Stinger missile. Basic anti-air is a big weapons platform. You are already producing anti-air equipment. What, like I need to build a freaking missile in here? Surely not. This is just yes or no. This is the correct thing to produce. And that would be very helpful. Thank you, chat. I appreciate all the backup in chat, by the way. For more free military factories, give me... No, no, no. Okay, cool. Press O. Click the button at the top right. Anti-air equipment. Ah, these ones. Right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I did see that earlier. Much appreciated. Real first grade instructions. This one. Not this one. Good stuff. So what about anti-tank? This is anti-tank equipment, which is what we need. Yes. Good. Okay, and I'm going to put one more. I'm actually going to take another off infantry equipment, because I think we're going to be able to steal a lot of infantry equipment off our enemies. Not already appreciate. No problem. Let's really appreciate the help. Very handy. Right, you guys are moving in there. Obviously, we don't need a front line against you. Just to be conservative, I'm going to put a few more guys on the front line here, which means you're now over the number you actually need. So you know what? What we'll do is we'll replace some light infantry with some heavier infantry. Like that. Good. Because I don't want... Oh, they're moving a bunch of tanks in here. That's worrying. Okay, we need to shore up this defense better. Obviously, if we could wrap things up down here. This offensive is not ready, but let's see if we can do it now. Central European Council has declared war. God, it's all going to hell. Unsurprisingly. This tank, let's get this encirclement. And then I think we need... Actually, yeah, let's divert the tanks to the south and let's get these damn SS dislodged. We're leaving one in the north for encirclement purposes, but we should be in good shape. Citizens available. 5 legitimacy, 5 influence. Yeah, so why are we getting more legitimacy? Do we just get it over time? I want to steal stuff. There's only one left to steal from, so I guess we'll steal from Hydric. Rostock captured! Amazing. Keep converting it to influence. Let's do some... Yeah, let's do frontline in Bowman. So that he can't launch an offensive because he has lower... whatever it's called. Planning bonus. Planning bonus is what I'm so ineptly groping for there. Okay, anything problematic here? Yes, we're short on tungsten. What are we using tungsten for? Our anti-tank and our artillery. Okay, well, we have kind of stabilized the fuel situation. So let's import 2 less of that. Give me some tungsten instead. And 1 chromium, 1 rubber is not a problem. Okay, good. Now, I think we do need yet more. I mean, we're really just crushing Goering, so let's act like what's his name? Berman is the threat that he is. And let's deploy some significant additional units to the front. I'm going to temporarily have them in the tank army. because he's a threat that merits concern. And we don't currently have our units deployed in a way that reflects that. Meanwhile, just cruising through Goering. And we did, in fact, split them in half, which means you guys are now affected by attrition because you have no supply. Which means it's only a matter of time before these guys are going to be wiped out. But yeah, try not to give them free victories by leaving empty tiles and then get ourselves pocketed. That would be embarrassing. Good. Meanwhile, let's take Luxembourg. Liberation of Luxembourg incoming. Oh, sorry, Trier. And Luxembourg's next. Good stuff. We actually don't need the tank for this. So let's put the tank... Let's have... Oh, well... I don't know. Yeah, let's keep the tank here. Let's keep the tank here. We might as well help them clear it out faster, because then we can free up these infantry divisions to fight in the north. Good stuff. Another naval battle. Oh, crap. We lost... Oh, we lost a convoy, but we killed a sub. That's not a loss game. That's a win. Okay. Continuing to cruise through here. Don't worry about protecting the flank. We should be good. Keep these pockets going. Keep them reinforced. Should be good. Still no attacks along Spear's front. It's good stuff. Trier falling. Attempted breakout. Unsuccessful. Begin a counterattack. Tank can help with this. And as soon as they lose this, we will counterattack here. And wipe them out. Into Luxembourg we go. We don't have time to wait, because I need these troops freed up for the other front lines. Yes, South Africa is imploding, but it's not our problem. It will be our problem, but it's not our problem right now. South Africa is an important showdown. Why? Oh, it's the Boer Republic. Cool. Versus the Union of South Africa versus all of the German South Africa. Okay. Right, so I guess that basically settles whether Germany keeps any presence in South Africa. I'm being told it's the first war between the Nazis and Americans since the World War, which is why it's politically significant on the global stage. So you guys, you don't have a front right now. So you guys come into this army, and then this army move in to the top half. Well, not against Germania. I wonder what would happen if we declared war on Germania right now. That'd be funny. Come and do this. And delete the old front line here. Then when they arrive, we'll shuffle the front lines to accommodate for them. Alright, good. Get wrecked, SS. Maybe I should put men against the border with Burgundy. Oh, they've pieced out France. They just grabbed a bit extra and then left it. Maybe we should establish a intelligence agency. Because, well, actually we don't have enough factories for this, but we really need to know what focuses Himmler's doing so we can keep an eye on the mad idiot. Okay. Big tanks rolling around. Let's not let them pocket us. You two, I'm going to keep you over here. We don't need motorized positioned against Bowman yet. These are cool Civil War borders. They allow for a lot of multi-directional fighting. It's cool. You guys stop. Boom. There we go. Alsace-Lothringen. Controlled. Stettin has a bunch of men in it. And now it's pocketed. Goodbye, Stettin. Meanwhile, anywhere else I should be doing? Sure, let's activate... Oh, we don't have the influence for it. Never mind. Just do a bit of... Move the front line forwards a bit while the infantry catch up. Meanwhile, in Luxembourg, things are not going well for them. We are crossing a river, which we shouldn't be doing, but... A Milorg coup in Norway. Free Norway. Cool. Students rising up in support. Rise up, students. Cool. Extra 4 units. German students. They came with their own support equipment and infantry equipment. Beautiful. You love to see it. Head on and shore up the front with bowmen. Meanwhile, free military factories. You love to see that as well. Let's get 2 more on this, and then 3 more on this, and then 1 more on each of those. Alright, finally, they've shown up in the east to cause me problems. Get the motorized equipment in there. You guys, redeploy, strat redeploy. That's what I'm trying to say. Really would like to take Stettin. Come up here. Good, we held them off. Let's launch an offensive just to pin those guys for a second while these guys get into position. And last but not least, goodbye, Metz. Never mind. Hello, Metz. You can stick around for a second. We got Stuttgart. Onwards. South Germany begs to be liberated. Where is Stuttgart? Stuttgart. I should know this. Oh, it's our guys. Our students. Cool. Well, they're going to have problems, I expect. But if we could just close up Metz. Where is the freaking river here? You know what? The river is on the east. Okay. All you guys, come onto this army. Give me a front line from the north. And then just 2 of you. We a little front line on this side. Good. Now, tanks, you're not needed over here. Come here. And we're going to liberate Stuttgart. Also, any motorized divisions that we have lying around. Get in here as well. Good. I'm just going to let Metz starve a bit. Stuttgart's university students holding out bravely despite being encircled. I will attempt... no, that's too risky. I'm afraid that the people in Stuttgart may die, but they will weaken the enemy front, which will permit us to move these tanks into position. They will not have died in vain. Their city will be freed. Germany can reform. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here. No, that's not what I told you to do. It's not what I told you to do. Stop that. New decisions available. More influence, please. Yeah, uprisings are fun. Start another uprising. They really present frontlining opportunities. And they're holding out for now. Metz, meanwhile, is taking 10% attrition, and their organization should just fall to 0 over time. Meanwhile, you are also over. Let's adjust front lines. Like so. And then this southern front line is significantly less important. So let's move more to the center here. And then likewise, you need adjusting. Like so. Good. And the northern bit looks like we might be able to launch an offensive, but the tanks are troubling. Let's take some of the students to fill lines in the middle. And then you think you're badly outnumbered. Yeah, because of the tanks. Okay, you can keep the students in the north. Meanwhile, the front line against Goering continues apace. And we might be able to hit Bowman in the rear here. That'll be good. Often advantageous. Though he will, of course, have it, you know, manned because it's his line against Goering. Are we all with anyone in the east? Like, what's going on with... Okay, so Heinrich has just completely failed. Goering has focused his forces on killing Heinrich in the east, it looks like. This is the moment where I would, like in story terms, this is the moment where I would bring terms with Goring. and I'd say like, hey Goring, I'll give you total control over all the Reichskommissariats if you vacate Germany and give me your troops to bring down Bowman. Or however you say his name. Because I think he would go for that right now. Excuse me? I did not mean to do that. Oh, why are these guys at low organization? You can't have supply problems. Who's going to get there first? 2 days, 0 hours. 15 hours. Good. We're okay. I do regret the fate of the students of Stuttgart, but we can't attack with low organization. Our men just aren't ready. Continue the offensive against Goring. There are no terms to be sought. He's got some tanks down here. There are students fighting in East Prussia. So there are! Legends! Well, I don't know about your future. You know what? I'm going to take Danzig. I don't have enough influence. Let's try it. Let's try and encircle this one division and take Danzig. Seems like what could go wrong? Another tank here. Give us some support on that one. Meanwhile, in Metz, we have managed to hold them off. Okay. You guys organized up? They are organized. I could do with some planning bonus, but we obviously don't have time to wait for that. Rather. Rip to the Stuttgart students. F. Let's see if we can have them not die in vain. Actually, there's no reason to launch the offensive now. They're all dead anyway. We might as well hold off. Stuttgart will languish under Bowman's yoke for a little bit longer here. How about an offensive into Metz from the north? What are we looking at? Oh god, he's really dug in. High entrenchment, intel advantage, commander skill. Let's bring the tanks back over, now that that hasn't worked. We didn't manage to take advantage of the Stuttgart uprising. Sorry, students. Stuttgart recaptured. Where will Bowman strike next? No, I lose stability and war support. We have a really good war support. Yeah, stop that attack against the tank. You never want to attack a tank head-on with infantry. The Kingdom of Kuzkazia. Okay. Just, I need like a local news filter. We have a civil war going on. Matters of global diplomacy can wait. God, that's our first focus. The civil war's only been going on 35 days. Dissidents don't war. The dissidents may take up arms to fight for us. The brave sons of liberty. We get less organization but more recruitable population stuff. That doesn't seem useful. Friends in the Reich. A new well-equipped here division will become available in or around our capital. Which leads to reformist requests help. And our allies abroad. Or we could go down this one. More equipment. That's a lot of equipment. I'm going to go friends in the right, comrades from Europe, and see if we can recruit some allies from the reformers that way. I'm tempted to fall back to the Stettin line here, and then focus on Bowman. Who's actually here on the red team? It's just that one panzer. Well, maybe actually no. We can push over and take Danzig, and extend the front line like that, which doesn't actually lengthen it that much. So let's continue action to try and accomplish that. We're gonna get to Danzig. And then we're going to be able to push down from the north and kind of encircle him. Seems good. The tanks arriving should be enough to mean we can then launch another offensive and take Metz. At least that's my hope. With the added defense of these guys. Meanwhile, I am a bit concerned that Bowman, if he launched a full frontal offensive, he might win right now, but we'll see. We will see. More tanks coming in from the south. Yeah, that's troubling. Should be able to push them back though. And yeah, this is going unsurprisingly badly. The students around Königsberg, but hey, they can try. They can try. How are we doing, like, capitulation-wise, by the way? Goering is 80% of the way towards capitulation. What's your surrender limit? 35%. 0%. So they will never surrender. Okay. So far, we've lost 75,000 men. Quite a lot. Alright, tank offensive into Metz. Give them no time to recover. Maybe I shouldn't widen the front with additional avenues of attack, actually. We'd rather just attack them bit by bit, since we have superior units. We could still fit in the motorized from this angle. Slowly making headway. Fuel running out. That's a problem. Got any factories left? Yeah, we captured some more. Nice. More fuel, America. Fuel the reforming cause. Evacuate the students in East Prussia? No. I refuse. We're going to push across here and liberate them. And anyone that doubts this is a traitor. I am, however, going to adjust my frontline management here. Do a fallback line here. Put you on the offensive. And you. Good. No point holding this... well, it's making us the state owner, but it's only one civ. How's our extra men going? They're at 25%. They're ready. Where do I put them? Hey, as long as Bowman doesn't attack, Bowman's not attacking. Let's deploy them in Hamburg. We still have enough manpower for quite a few more. Alright, you lads. You're needed over here. The liberation of Eastern Germany is underway. They are en route. And you are over by 4. So 4 of them will instead come and make sure Bowman doesn't get any funny ideas. Decrease priority for garrisons? No, I did that intentionally. We want our garrisons to be shored up. I don't want factories sabotaged and infrastructure damaged behind the lines. I think that's okay. And yes, we have taken out a couple of their divisions here now. As soon as these guys move over and join in, that will help as well. They obviously have low supply and fuel, etc., etc. Ooh, interesting. The Republic of Brittany has come about. It's a big Republic of Brittany. They've got a bunch of Normandy. There are students near the Belarusian border. So there are! Good spot. Thank you, chat. Oh, crap. Königsberg's under attack. Nicht gut. Hey, Sexy. You going for a run? Cool. No fun. Right. These students are not going to have a good time. I'm just telling you that now. But they're going to try. They're going to try and make it. Okay. Just hold Königsberg as long as you can. I should evacuate them. Yeah, they're not going to win that fight. Students, you have done great work. But there is more for you to do. And I would not have you die before you could accomplish it. Convoy escorts. Extend your operations. And you guys go back on strike force. And rebase to Stettin. But don't turn off your strike force. Just be in Stettin. There we go. Oh god, they got a tank. Not good. All right, make your last stands in your respective towns. That's how I think we will cause the most casualties to the enemy as they die, because they're not going to win. Good. They're dying for reform, for a changed Germany, and they will die with pride. Absolutely true. Right, you guys hold off. Get some support here. Okay. New guys are arriving, shoring up the front. Good. Low manpower indeed. We are now short infantry equipment, so I am actually going to cancel a bunch of these. Need to keep infantry equipment positive. Metz fallen. Let's go. I'm going to divert the tanks up here, because I think we should be able to take all of this land without too much trouble. And Bowman is pushing in. We have to make sure we're the one that get it, rather than him. Some of the infantry I will leave, because I'm concerned about the balance of power in some of these areas. This guy is apparently terrified by the enemy force. So I'll give him these guys. But the rest of you, you're needed up here. This is the front line we would ideally establish, but it would be a bit of an ask. Wait, how are we going on that focus? Oh, jeez, it's ages. Let's go speed 3, now that we have only one active combatant front to worry about. We rescued the students from Königsberg! Hooray! Well done. Well done, lads. You can come and join this offensive plan to retake your universities. That's what you're fighting for after all, right? Right, launch an offensive in here. And then we will rapidly move to encircle this front. Right, I'm still doing my meme research. Stop that. 1 year ahead of time, production efficiency. Yes, please. Not that these are likely to finish before the end of the war, but still. Engineering? None of this really matters. We already have all those. Support. What are we actually using here? None of them. Sure, we might want some logistics companies in the fullness of time. You guys are going to rapidly maneuver to encircle this bit, and then we'll be able to push the front, probably to Danzig. That attack has fully stalled. Call that off. Get some more planning bonus. And now that this is now actually the front I want it to be, we can switch back to a front line. Good. And once these tanks arrive, they're going to turn the tide in the east. How are we doing on tank supplies, by the way? We're only down like 20 since the start of the war, relatively speaking. That's not bad, to be honest. Better artillery? Yes, please. Nice. Create a horse template for military police, chat suggests. I think we probably need the army experience, to be honest. It's a good idea, though. Good suggestion, rather. Even if I think it's on balance not a good idea. Tank and infantry. head in here and let's see if we can push to this coast. Meanwhile, these guys are tying up a lot of his men over there. Bowman continuing his push in. I'm happy with if this becomes the front line with Bowman though, as well, because it's a nice, defensible river. So I'm not going to push that too hard right now. Good, pushed in there. These guys are looking disorganized, so let's try and push in there. You guys can close these pockets. Good. I really feel like once you were pocketed in this kind of situation, you'd switch sides. No, the students are fading. And who's this? Ooh, some SS Ostland divisions. That seems bad. Reichskommissariat Ukraine seems like the only one that's holding it together. And yes, if ideally, we would like to dislodge them from here. Her Majesty's England has bested them. Bind her, grind her, burn her with fire. Cast her ashes into the sea. She will escape. She shall aspire. She shall arise to make men free. Cool. Good work, England. Pushing in here. Let's see if we can take Danzig. I can't make it a thing, but still. And we have met once again the SS units on the front. Let's not mess with these front lines too much, but we're focusing the tanks in the east right now. Pushing into Danzig. Those Königsberg students need justifying. You guys keep pushing them back. Come on. Really should be able to push them back here. They're just hopelessly outnumbered. Okay, and now we have easy access to take you out. And then it's on to Danzig and glory. Oh. The Croatian winter. I thought someone was going to surrender. Damn, tanks got pushed straight back. None of that. Straight back in. Let's go speed 2. It's going a bit too fast. It doesn't really matter if Stolp falls, because we're going to come in behind them. We've created our agency. Okay. We need a cryptology department. I'm not sure if they're meant to be doing any of this. Oh, we don't have any civ factories. Yeah, fair enough. I really just want to know what Himmler's up to, because I feel like he's going to nuke the world. And I'm scared. Tanks holding gloriously over here. That line is messed up a bit. Push in there. Good. You still can't know? Even if I decrypt him? Surely then I'd have an encryption bonus against him and I'd be able to know what he was up to. No, I didn't mean you guys to stop. Good. Counteroffensive here is whittling them down. Need these tanks to stop them advancing from Danzig. Unless you're playing as him, his focuses will always read Streng Geheim. That's real creepy. Which I imagine is the idea. Because he's the shadow state or whatever. Push them straight back out. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff. Okay. Oh, I hadn't checked, by the way. We have no debt. Not bad, huh? GG. Fix the economy. Civil wars. They fix everything. There we go. Encircled, baby. Goodbye, Goering's last couple of tank divisions. He's got more down here, but still. Push to the river. And cross here before they get a chance to entrench. No, actually, we should focus on Danzig. We'll cross at Danzig. You guys, your objective is to do this by way of over here. It's a bizarre front line, but it's the best we got. Stop leaving these provinces empty. Okay, you guys, as soon as you're in there, press on up. Good. Meanwhile, looks like Bormann's offensive against Goering has petered out somewhat. Yeah, the Civil War was just a ploy to get out of paying our debts. Absolutely true. Yeah, bankers hate him. Try this one. Find this one trick this German economist found to get debt free. Fast. All right, Danzig, your liberation is at hand. Glorious. Thus ends the SS, or at least the German SS faction in the Civil War, once we take Danzig. That's them kaput. Speaking of debt, good point. Let's increase our military spending. Division organization up, attack up, defense up. Absolutely. Right now we still have 5 billion USD profit per year, so let's do some civilian spending as well. We have negative 28% stability, which is pretty bad. So let's do it. Let's do on a spending spree. We've captured Goering's cash reserves in Stettin, so it's time to splurge. Glorious. Glorious! Capture of Danzig is at hand. Crossing into Poznan looks plausible. We're pushing down to a nice front. It's just be us and Bowman soon. Oh, what the hell's happened down here? Oh, right, our uprising. Sorry, students, but it's not your day. Go liberate Stuttgart again. Just for the sake of it. Okay. Crossing into Poznan. It's going well. Well, no it isn't actually. Never mind. Stop that. Shouldn't try and cross this river. Front line in the south's messed up. Oh, good spot. Thank you, chat. How the hell did that happen? Good thing the AI didn't take advantage of that, huh? That would have been bad. Could have been real bad. The students caused problems, I think. I think those are our only students right now. Yeah. Come on, Danzig. Give it up. There shouldn't be a front line down here. You guys should still be up here. Halt the offensive on Danzig for a second. Then restart it. None of this SS Fortress City nonsense. How about, actually, since it's a city, let's cross the river above it. Might have an easier time of it. Wow, we have 500 breakthrough on our Panzer divisions. That's pretty good. Obviously, I don't know how the numbers compare to vanilla, but still. Yeah, sorry about these uprisings. They're just going to die. I guess, actually, you know what? Stand down. Melt into the surrounding countryside and then sneak into our land via the Swiss border, thereby giving us... Only 20% of them will survive the trip, but hey, it's better than 0%. Brittany declares neutrality. They have seen fit to stay out of the Civil War. What civil war? You mean our civil war? Of course you're going to stay out of our civil war. No one asked you, Brittany. Still just a bit short on rubber. Logistics-wise, doing fine on infantry equipment now. So fine, actually, that I'm going to start deploying a few more. The Algerian War. Hostilities begun between Italian and Iberian troops. The fools fight amongst themselves. Little do they know that Spear's reform includes reforming some of the borders of Europe, and not in a way they're going to enjoy. Don't we need that navy in the Baltic anymore? Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's have them stand down. It's a bit of a waste of fuel, I suppose. Crossing above below Danzig seems to be going well. Bowman is just a big, fat, stinky head who's too much of a coward to actually do anything to me. Oh, what was this? Bowman? Well, I was insulting him. Apparently his master stroke against me is to screw with my front lines. Fixed. You guys should be on this front, as should you. Just send us some motorized to deal with them. So I guess that was one of their uprising events that they used their influence to pull off. I hope you're happy with how that turned out there, Bowman. Ooh, okay. Purchase black market equipment. Okay, and I can't do these because I'm not sure. But if I can only do this one, I'll do this one. Purchase infantry equipment. Prerequisites: more political power than 9. Must have black arms trading, like moderate, substantial, or severe. And we're buying them from Brittany. Cool. Yeah, hey Brittany, give me some infantry equipment. Please. I'll not be mad about you staying neutral in my civil war if you give me infantry equipment. Come on, SS, give it up. There's no N-Sieg coming. All you hold is Danzig. I'm being told by chat that Britain is apparently the black market capital of the world. That's pretty cool. Smuggling in foreign media. That's good lore right there. No manpower, but I'm not concerned. Alright, speed it up. Come on, SS, give it up. So I guess, I wonder if Himmler actually had a choice whether he backed the SS uprising or not. Or whether he just never does. Because it really seems like if he had stepped in, they could have won, or at least done, substantially better than they actually did. Friends in the Reich. And then we were doing comrades from Europe. Help us, comrades from Europe. We got a new division. Is it any good? It's not terrible, but I mean, that was for a whole focus. Oh well. He will aid in this front here. They have a choice for some discreet support, apparently. Himmler, that is. We're going to attack Danzig from this side. They're gaining men! Stop that! Launch a distraction attack while the other guys get ready. Just to keep them from recovering too much organization. And then we're going to launch a tank offensive. In fact, let's not mess about. We're launching the tank offensive from here. More pinning offensives. Just keep them whittled down. And now I'll launch these two. And then when these arrive, they join in. Oh, right, but it's the terrain's going to be particularly bad for my tanks. Well, I guess we'll just have to pummel them from all sides for a while then. Once these guys arrive, we'll switch things up. And no other attacks are going on anywhere on the front. Again, this is another point where us and Bowman could maybe come to terms, but obviously that's not going to happen. Ooh, another peace conference. Victorious in English Civil War. I thought that happened already. That's odd. I guess the peace conference hadn't fired. Shore bombardment. Good point. Thank you, chat. Hey, heavy cruisers. Get out here. Okay, now you guys are ready to stop and restart. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, got a bit of a cold at the moment. Alright, yeah, we have the reserves. We'll see. It's going to be a bloody battle for Danzig, for sure. But at least as guys come out of it, that we're able to regain organ, they're not, but I'm not sure this is going to work, to be honest. I think we might need to wait for a planning bonus to take Danzig. We should now have... I mean, we should have... Yeah, we outnumber them now. And we have oh, sorry, wrong one. They have more factories than us, though. Okay, hold the offensives. We don't need all the tanks. We're going to have to just let them gain some planning bonus before we launch the final offensive into Danzig. End siege against the SS is near. But for now, we will have to console ourselves with the capturing of East Preussen. Wow, these tanks are not very good. I think we're short on equipment. Yeah, they really need infantry support to be effective. And those Ostpreußen students can be part of the Liberation Force of Ostpreußen because it's only suitable. Wish you could shift-click attacking orders the same day as you... Sorry, the same hour you launch the attack. That would be really handy. Bum bum bottom. Tanks cruising through. Grab Memel and then head south. I suspect they don't have any troops up here. Our tanks are fast moving. And then a little encirclement would be nice. They're trying to move more men in. Let's make sure we have a response to that already. Let's actually have these tanks move south just to make sure we get this whole region locked down because they're rapidly deploying men now. Maybe a pinning action here. Here's a good space to hold them, I think. Struggling with that fight though. But as these guys come south, once we take Thorn, we should be in good shape. Just VP rushing here, basically. It's a good question. How's Goering doing on capitulation? He's 90% of the way. We're getting pretty close. I don't know. It might bug out and he doesn't capitulate to us, which would be obviously frustrating. Damn, we need Thorn. Oh no, we got Thorn. Sorry, we need this one. Give me that one as well. Then we've actually got this north bit locked down. Obviously, the front line here is becoming a bit tenuous, but in my mind, Goering he's kind of imploding, so we shouldn't have too much trouble. Don't let these tanks cause a problem in the rear. Looks like we've got them under control. And yeah, their attempted breakouts from Danzig are embarrassing, frankly. And we now have them fully pocketed in the north. Don't let them cause issues. Come down here. Close it up, close it up. Okay, got the tanks locked down now. And got that established. Sweet. This tank should roll through. Just keep taking his victory points. Where is he left with now, honestly? Oh, wow. Oh, no, I misread the map. I thought he'd push back. Breslau is the problem. Breslau is a big victory point, so he's not likely to surrender just from this capturing in the east. Is my expectation. But there goes another of his divisions, his tank divisions, that is to say. Which is obviously going to cause him issues. Let's try a counteroffensive now. No. Not yet. They're not quite ready for that yet. More black arms trade. I really don't care about the black arms. It's like, is it bad at all? I don't see how it would be a problem. Oh, right. It just harms our overall production, doesn't it? That's right. Yeah, right. If the goods are being sold, that you're not using them. Finnish military government has stepped down. Don't really care, to be honest. We have our problems, and we are focused on them. If they continually try and attack out of Danzig, they may open up to a counteroffensive that will actually work. Just capture all these empty tiles. They're not worth nothing in terms of victory points. Always important to remember. Yeah, the tank divisions are the stubborn beasties when you don't have the anti-tank to dislodge them. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Black market order failed? What? Screw you, Brittany. That's going to inform some foreign policy later. Okay, you're still capturing all them. Good. You guys, go head up to Danzig. Let's put an end to this nonsense. The rest of you can merge into this army, which needs an attack plan. And more men. Gosh, that got a little weak there. Yep, here we go. Yeah, you guys redeploy and shore this up. I don't blame him for launching an offensive there. Okay, good. That's the east cleared up. How's resistance looking? It's growing. It's growing. What's that attack? Don't do that. Oh right, that was a tower we used to own. Still, we've cleared them out in the east, and looks like to me time is ripe for an attack on Danzig. So let's get that planned. They are pushing us back on this front, though. Everyone I have to divert from the attack on Danzig to hold this off is someone I'd rather have up there. This is dangerous. They could pocket us by taking Stettin very easily right now. Let's adjust the makeup of this front line such that it's heavily biased in favor of defending the area where we're most at risk of pocketing. And then, yeah, like a bunch of you from the east. Get yourselves over here to prevent the disaster scenario where this all comes crashing down. Yeah, this tank should shore that up. And now we can begin a counteroffensive. Yeah, good. Comrades from Europe, come on, give me some men, Europe. We're the reformers. Yeah, let's give us some dissonance. Ooh, criminal soldiers. 10% attack, less defense. That's cool. Dissidents no more. We are embracing the former rebels into our new union government. Okay, good. We blunted the thrust of that offensive. Good. And he still hasn't made a move on this front. Getting a bit low on equipment, whereas he's staying very full. That's troubling. We're much lower on equipment than he is. Aid has arrived in the bloody German Civil War. Anything that could spit lead and anyone who could hold a gun in their hands is good enough to push the front lines. We've received a shipment of weapons from the Republic of Scotland, as well as a significant manpower boost. Tell me what it was, though. Otherwise, that's very unsatisfying. Aid has arrived. Ireland, Romania, Finland. Let's go. Didn't notice my manpower go up at all, but still, that's cool. Poznan is a troublesome tile to hold. This one, east of Poznan, I mean. It attacks from too many directions. Ooh, but Bowman's pushing into the south of Goering now. Breslau is one tile away from falling. It went up on the tick. Oh, so it did. Yeah, we got 20,000 manpower from volunteers. I wonder how much equipment we got. Not very much, because our stockpile is still the same, but... Might have been something other than infantry equipment, of course. Enemy snipers target our officers. Oh no! Lower organization, recovery. Bastards. How could they? Dishonorable activity. We need to take freaking Danzig. Oh my god, okay. Let's divert all the tanks and motorized down to the south, because we need to bring this situation under control. And ideally, Breslau would fall to us rather than Bowman. But yeah, our equipment situation versus Bowman is unfavorable. They have significantly more tanks than us. Sorry, more... I'll leave one tank up here. They have significantly more factories than we do, which is obviously not great. We are holding them there now. I've left the tank. And now with the new tanks having arrived, come on now. Let's get this offensive back on the road. Come on, Goering. Now is when Goering would definitely surrender. There's no way he would keep fighting in this situation. More black market trade. Not ideal. Alright, give me that bridgehead. And then give me Breslau. Give me Breslau and a Goering capitulation. That's what I'd like to see. A mad, unsupported, motorized infantry push. Damn, Breslau's defended. Alright, in which case, spread out sideways. Give me some of these victory points here. And then immediately get pocketed. Yes. Who could have seen this coming? If we can just sneak into a few victory points and get the capitulation, it could work. Oh, he's leaving Breslau. In which case, we'll try and sneak into Breslau from behind. He's left Poznan because he's panicking about my encirclement. There we go. Delicate balance of power in the German Civil War continues to shift as Speer's Germany conquers Göring's Germany. Boom. Now, can we bring our forces to bear and contain Bowman before the whole thing implodes? That is the question. The answer is, I kind of doubt it. Like, this is really dangerous front line. I think we stay on the defensive against it, and that's what we try and hold. Maybe while the tanks move in to slow the advance. Oh god, no, not the ones from Danzig. Okay, you guys need to strat redeploy. One of you take this tile. The rest of you strat redeploy. Strat redeploy, strat redeploy. Strat, strat, strat. Okay. Do I have any more men ready to deploy? Yes, and I can even deploy them all the way over here. Oh, you're in trouble now, Bowman. Boom. Suddenly, divisions. That's gonna help. Yep, so they've taken Breslau, which is unsurprising. I think we're going to try... We're still going to try here. And make sure these guys are holding the important bit. There we go. Katowice captured. Nice. Poznan captured. Exquisite. Convert it all into influence. Capture Danzig. Activates mission, capture Danzig. München, Wien, Leipzig. I mean, Danzig, we have a short period of time to capture it. So instead, I'm going to sabotage front lines in Bowman's. Or, no. Yeah, I mean, I want to steal stuff from him, but it looks like we can't do that right now. I'm going to sabotage front lines. Good. Beginning counteroffensives. If we can hold this river, that would be amazing. So, change of plans. Move to the front line. Except in the south. Where we should stay on this. Counteroffensive. We're not going to give up this river line that easy. If we need to take this tile. We need to have people in this tile though before they can cross. Good. Now we can counteroffensive. And as more of them arrive, more defenders arrive, we can hold the counteroffensive. Excellent. That went really well. Okay, now tanks focus on the area where there is not a river crossing. I moved the wrong front line. There we go. And you're full, right? Yeah, you're at 26, in fact. New decisions? Legitimacy influence, yes please. Are we going to take Danzig in the next 60 days? Probably not, right? We're not going to take Danzig ever. Sabotage. Oh, I sabotaged front lines in the wrong Germany. Bollocks. Oh well. Get me a bridgehead. Enemy saboteurs in Münster. Oh, Münster, not Munster. I was thinking like, what? They're sabotaging our factories in Ireland? Just defend Stettin? Why? This is going well. Why would we fall back to Stettin? They're not advancing rapidly into here. We're doing well. Let's try a counteroffensive against Danzig. Why has someone left here? Oh yeah, if we get overwhelmed, we'll definitely fall back to Stettin, but right now we aren't being overwhelmed. Come on, Danzig. Fall, you bastard. They're not gonna. They're not gonna. Thing is, if we can push just one of their divisions to 0 organization, we destroy it. Whereas ours can freely lose organization. So is anyone in here? Let's attack again. Is anyone in here on particularly low organization? Yeah, there are a couple of their divisions that we might be able to destroy if we keep this attack going. But let's be conservative. Let's keep 2 guys out of it in case things go wrong. Okay, and we can actually extend this to here and then forget the fallback line. Good. Right, you guys, do you want any bonus points? You can't yet. Okay. War in Russia, not my problem. I'm pushing them back to the river here. Because the thing that, I mean, could crumble this whole thing, of course, is we're only 2 tiles off encircling them here. So if we could do like a tank and motorized assisted push in here. Pocket this Breslau section. Then we're in great shape to wrap up the front from the east. Did you manage to bring that guy low yet? No, he's on 6. We might get him. But it's unlikely. No, it's not going to happen. Hold back, hold back. Alright, we're in. And with the tanks leading the charge, I'd say we've got good shot at this encirclement. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Pretty good stuff. Ho ho, Bowman! Did you overextend? I think you did. I think you did, my friend. I think you have no supply anymore. Beautiful. I could cycle attack on Danzig, but we don't have the equipment. And I really don't want to throw away equipment at this point. Do a little micro pocket here. Shorten up that front line. Gonna let these guys bleed a little while we shore up the pocket hole. Whatever you call it. What's it called? It's not called a pocket hole. Salient. That's what it's called. Yeah, they're reorging, we're reorging. He, she, they reorging. Sure, get an operative. They're in their supply grace for now, but not for long. Do. A new president in France. Can't imagine he's going to be a very influential player. Boom. This is going to be a long episode on YouTube, by the way. It's 2.5 hours so far. Use the agent. I thought they didn't really do anything in this mod. I thought they'd kind of been soft removed. The only useful thing they can do is lower resistance. That is useful. So let's have them do that. Root out resistance in northern Germany, please. That'll be helpful. As we continue to slice up Bowman's little pocketed force down here. We're obviously going to struggle in the mountains, but I don't want to wait for them to just fully deorg, because we don't have time for that nonsense. You guys, since you appear to be at a loose end. Is that a lake or area? No, that's land held by the enemy. Okay, capture that for me. And so's this. Capture that as well. That's a lake. Dissidents no more. Some free divisions. Criminals no more. Slaves no more. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah. Yeah, this is cool. This is like proper reform here. Let's do it. Liberating the slaves and bringing them into our armies. Did they do that in the American Civil War? Am I remembering that right? Maybe not. They're still targeting our officers. Bastards. They did. Cool. Makes sense. You guys, push in here. Okay. You guys must have some planning bonus by now. Some, but not much. Planning's hard when they keep shooting all your officers, I guess. Yeah, break them up into smaller and smaller pieces. Oh, they actually have good supply down here. How's that? Maybe they're bringing some over. Military access through this guy. Take them out. That didn't take long. Okay, now these slot are going to be a slightly tougher nut to crack. Let's see about an attack on Danzig, shall we? Oh baby, it's a green bubble. That's a good sign. Now it's a red bubble. It's a bad sign. We'll see if we can do this. I really want to break these guys out. And it's time for Breslau to fall. Nice. Look at that 6-pronged attack. Sorry, 5-pronged attack. That's crazy. This is still not going well. I don't have the equipment. I don't have the equipment to just blitz too many men into them. I'm taking the tanks. We'll deal with them later. You guys should strat redeploy down here, please. Better artillery. I should work on anti-tank. Presumably that's under artillery somewhere. Here's our anti-air. Where's my anti-tank guns? Research. Is it under infantry? Yes. Here it is. Give me some better anti-air. Sorry, anti-tank. Yeah, infantry daggers are handheld ones. Thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, there goes Breslau. They're launching doomed counteroffensives. Show them the error of their ways. That's the doorbell. Excuse me for mere moments. Right, I'm back. Let's wrap up this civil war. Okay, we're back. And we have an objective. Can we win the civil war in the next 47 minutes? I believe we can. I have every faith in our capabilities. And we are pushing these guys back at great pace. More enemy saboteurs. How dare they? Do. Nice. Okay. Quick little encirclement there. Get wrecked. I have confidence in myself. I reckon we can win the Civil War. And that includes taking Danzig. In the next 37 minutes. People in Twitch chat can place bets on this at the moment. Which is why I'm being specific about the amount of time left. Okay. So, men moving to the front. So, where do we want to launch the final offensive against these guys from, or one of the final offensives? I think we should push to this river at least. So let's just even spread across the front line for a second, and do that. And then we'll worry about future stuff later. I'm gonna go speed 5 for a sec while people reposition themselves. Really wish you could Control B across them. Black market is available. Well, they screwed me last time, so I'm not going to worry about the black market. I'm obviously going to try and play to complete it in the next, certain amount of time, by the way. Obviously, if you're betting along at home. Yeah, it's a good point. We could launch an offensive on this side and cut off this whole section. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Big tank offensive from here. Down here. Boom. I like it. Smart idea. Anything else we need to do? Decisions available? Oh, right, the black market ones. Well, I mean, I'll try. Give me some towed anti-air. Oh, wait, that's not what I want. I want handheld anti-air. Oh, well. And actually, yeah, we should send all of our red team forces over here. All the ones that aren't holding out Danzig anyway. Okay. They're heading over. Shall I let them get any planning bonus? While we do that, we can take a zoom out here. So there is some fighting with Croatia. Italy's taking Croatia out just now. In the south, it looks like the Germans are beating back the Union of South Africa. Not surprising, given our support. The Republic of India exists. Don't know if that's been there all along. Probably has. Not too much going on in the Americas. Cool. Meanwhile, just going to let these guys reorg, and then we will launch a mass defensive through here. And yes, the idea is to push to the border with the Bohemian Protectorate. Gods of the North. They call him the Father. Someone in Siberia is getting all religious. We have 200,000 manpower right now. Pretty good. But we're still short on equipment. Anti-tank and anti-air. Yeah, you know what? Forget infantry equipment for a second. Just give me more handheld anti-air and anti-tank. Because we've got infantry equipment for days. What we need is anti-tank and anti-air. Good. Okay. I think we're ready to launch this offensive. Tanks and motorized forwards. Infantry coming in as cover to shore up the line afterwards. There will be no delays, only encirclements and great victory. Attack. Launch. And actually, this looks like a really easy encircling move. We can also put off on the left, on the right rather. Because I think just this tile is all that stands between them and encirclement. So let's do that. Wow, they're holding us. This is a really good panzer division. I suspect they won't actually hold us though. Dum, dum, da, dum. Yep, they did hold us. Wow. That was a really good panzer division. Try again. We have more men than them, so we can afford to send disorganized units, sorry, fresh organized units in once we've disorganized their first defenses. And now we have them on the run. Which means we should be able to cruise through. Start pinning actions to the south of the main thrust. Overrun. You love to see it. It's not clear enough when this is paused, by the way. The thing popping in and out behind is not clear at all. My opinion. You guys strat redeploy into the breach. Close your eyes, keep this push going. Actually, that's probably a better place to hold. Here, here, here. There goes Croatia. Rip. They tried. You guys moving in. And there's the pocket. Okay, so front lines obviously become heinous. Send some reinforcements. North, please. Because they're likely to be partly evacuating these lines anyway. Okay, the red guys go on south and hold that. And the blue guys go in the north. Yeah, good. Keep it coming in here. There's no time for delays. Now, where's your capital? It's in the south, isn't it? So this area should start having serious supply issues soon. Let's launch a full frontal. Not quite. But assaults at some points of the line. Criminals no more gives us an attack bonus. And slaves no more gives us less organization, more perpetual pop, division defense on core territory. Sure. It's thematic. Tank versus tank action. Drive them back. Actually, I will advance one more tile to be in the woods here. No, I shouldn't, because I should stay in the forts. You guys coming in here will help. You guys push their motorized back. Surely we can take this tile off them. Tank versus tank action continues. Are you encircled now? No. Why not? Oh, I suppose this tile counts. I guess those two are connected. It's very hard to see. This map is not designed for readability. I'll say that. Those offensives are stalling, but that's fine. We can just hold them off. As long as we can keep the pocket closed, we're in good shape. Keep pushing east, get a riverhead going. Get Leipzig as well. We prioritize getting Leipzig down, actually. And in here we go. Keep the pressure on them while we sneak in here. Good stuff. Okay. Yep. Yep. Going well. Dresden falls. I haven't got enough influence just to like say, hey, I'm going to take Dresden, do I? Well, that's not even one of the things anyway. Leipzig is, though. Alright, cut the pocket in itself in half now. Come on, should be able to push them out here. Although if we can take Dresden first, that's actually advantageous. We can pocket them. Actually wipe them out rather than just push them back another step. Yep, indeed, there we go. Another overrun. Good. Got them pinned there. Fall of Leipzig. Leipzig has fallen. The birthplace of Bach has been the center of heavy fighting in recent days. Bowman's forces have been driven out of the culturally rich city, but at a hefty price. Stones from both sides lie strewn about what remains in the city. Damage to many of Leipzig's costly buildings still stand. Bowman's after a great defeat. It remains to be seen if his loyalists will be able to recapture the city. It does not remain to be seen. It's a foregone conclusion that he will not be able to recapture the city. Meanwhile, the pocket east of Dresden is being wiped out with great furiosity. Okay. And these final ones falling in the north, meaning we now have Germania encircled. I wonder if that means they'd like declare for us or something. That would be fun. Hey Danzig, you feel like surrendering yet? Oh, they actually broke out of this pocket. Whoops. Not for long though. Good. Okay, well that went really well. That was a very quick liquidation of their northern front. Boom, all gone. So this is the army that has done the real work capturing the east. They deserve the honor of finishing the job. Go take Danzig. Meanwhile, the rest of us are going to do the most devastating move that they could imagine. We're going to push to Innsbruck. Then we're going to sever the connection between their front line and the industrial heartland of Wien. It's going to be glorious. And they're not going to be able to stop me. Good stuff. We'll let the men get into position, and then we will launch south. Yeah, Danzig, the final boss. Convert to influence. I'm going to capture Danzig. Watch it happen. You guys can strat redeploy, by the way. Okay. The end of the South African War. The controversial and significant international conflict since the Second World War. Excuse me, what about the German Civil War? Finally come to an end. German forces overran the last OFN positions across South Africa. The bulk of US forces already evacuated. The final days of the war were consumed by chaos as they attempted to evacuate. Well, isn't that just contemporary? How many divisions I got here now? 25. Okay. You've got 24. Yeah, that's fine. 25 and 24 is not a big deal. Can I give you another thing? Yeah, Panzer Expert. Or, actually, motorized defense is probably more important. Oh, no, because it's per division, not per... yeah, fine, have Panzer Expert. It's thematic. Launch the offensive. Oh, the music swells at just the right moment. How much longer have we got to win the war? 23 minutes. I believe. I believe we can bring an end to this bloody conflict. There we go. I'll crank the music for you for this bit. The final push. Let's do it. Black market order failed again. Well, it doesn't matter, I ordered the wrong thing then. Munchen's gonna fall. And we're gonna bring in the infantry support we need to keep these corridors open. Look how freaking fast the tanks are, dude. Let's pin that tank while we bring the infantry in. And these guys can come and take up the fight. You can stop. Take Augsburg and München. No, keep the fight there. There we go. Yep. There we go. Look at that. Freaking Ghost Division action. So we just rip straight through them. Time to go take Vienna. But yeah, we do need to get infantry in here. We do need to take München. Which is Munich, right? I'm pretty sure. And Nuremberg. All their major cities along the front falling now. As long as we can get enough infantry down here to hold this open, then they're in a real bad spot. Meanwhile, the Blitz to Wien and Graz. Isn't this Gauze? I thought this had an O in it. Maybe that's the anglicized. Maybe I'm just misremembering where Gauze is. Get some infantry into the south here. Good. Can't have them reopen this pocket. But we're defending in the mountains now, so... And München's about to be encircled. Good stuff. There goes Nuremberg. Next stop to Wien, indeed. There goes Wien, in fact. As well, so... There's that. And they've abandoned this front, so if we want to... We can probably... push them here as well. And finally liberate the students of Stuttgart. Some of them must be in prison. We can let them out. And there goes Graz. Surely they're going to capitulate soon. God, they're really not. 90... I suppose once München falls, that's got to be a big one. And Stuttgart as well. Get the encirclement on München. There goes Stuttgart. And now München is encircled. Bring down the hammer. Boom! Balance in the German Civil War is continues to shift to spears. Germany conquers. Oh, it's Germany. Meanwhile, the time has finally come. Bring down Danzig. Stuttgart captured. Onwards, South Germany begs to be liberated. And it has been. Look at that. Munich recaptured. Munich captured. Is Bowman on his last legs? I would say yes. Keep some men out of this so we can cycle them in as needed. God, freaking Danzig. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. I'm quite pleased with myself. We brought them low. You research. Sure, logistics company, whatever. Free military factories. We should have a few more on this. But just crazy amounts of factories needed for this anti-tank. Oh, no pausing. We can't let them get their org back. God, we barely even dented them. Okay, you know what? We need to be a little bit more intentional. First off, surround Berlin. Second off, get all of the bad units out of these armies. Okay. You guys, yeah. Any small units, like the ones with less equipment and stuff, go surround Berlin. And I'm sure we don't actually have to attack Berlin, of course. I'm just putting them there for just somewhere to put them. The rest of you. I need you. I need the best of the best. And I need them here. Danzig will fall, one way or the other. It does not matter how many men you make me use to take Danzig. It will fall. I'm gonna have former slaves solidify their place. Anyone willing to fight on my name is now able to wield a rifle. Political prisoners, murderers, Jews, it matters not who you were in your past life. All it matters is your willingness to fight now. Amnesty to those willing to serve. And take Danzig. I have 26 days to take Danzig. Can we do it? You know what? Start an uprising. It's only going to happen in 30 days, which is too long, but still. I never checked. Do we still have all the national spirits we had before? No, we have a bunch of new ones. More organization because we were chosen. Lots have. Cool. Anyway. Okay. Wave 1. Attack. Not going so well, but we have 2 more waves. So we should be in good shape. We'll see there. We've still got the shore bombardment going. We do not have any air force. Oh, do they have forts? I hadn't noticed. That's going to be a big part of why it's being so tough. No, they have no forts. Oh, pause, pause, pause. Wave 2. Launch. The Welsh Revolution. Cool. Oh, pause. Why does it keep ending? I guess the guys we're sending in keep burning out before they have a chance to reinforce. Yeah, look at this. I'm doing a bit better this time. Nixon resigns. Send some tanks in. Still got enough in reserve. Problem is just will they reinforce in time before the battle ends, but we can keep throwing them in. Oh God, come on, reinforce. Yes, okay, good. Christ, this is such a nightmare. How do I do this? Do we need to use like a freaking force attack? Yeah, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. The time has come. Elwald, you have carried out so many excellent pushes. I'm afraid you're going to have to just do whatever it takes. And force attack your way through these guys. Don't get me wrong. You have backup. But just do whatever it takes to take Danzig. It's not going to be pretty. But it has to be done. I wonder how many men we've lost so far in these attacks on Danzig. Not too many in the earlier ones. Probably, well, I mean, quite a few. But like 30,000 men so far died to take the city. But this force attack is going to increase those numbers. Brittany has cut ties with us. How dare they? Ah, no more officer assassinations. That's going to help. We have the initiative. This force attack is going to be pretty dangerous, but I mean, not dangerous because we're winning, but we're about to lose. We're going to lose quite a few men in this fight, but we have them now. Many of them are about to break. Civilian volunteers, civilian volunteers, civilian volunteers. Here they go. Here they go. We've done it. The final 2 divisions resisting us in the Civil War. Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am prepared to take. Excuse me, what just happened? What was that? Is that an uprising or something? Why did my front lines vanish? Never mind. We took Danzig! It only cost... Only 13,000 men died in that attack, actually. But now we have to take these provinces, otherwise it won't actually surrender, I think. Because they have literally 100% support. Is this also... Yeah. So we haven't technically won yet. Need to get over here first. But we're very close. And also, you know, we need Germany. Surely there's a way to, like... What do you mean failed? Oh, we didn't do it in time. Balls. We've promised amnesty. Leverage the recruit more soldiers. Sure, I imagine these folks will go away anyway. The final province. A tiny SS holdout in Lithuania. Not quite what I was expecting, but there you go. The final conflict. Boom. Let's go. Invalid idea, German Civil War. The world is just a barrel organ which God turns himself. What? The prerequisites are no longer fulfilled. Okay. All men converge on the capital. They will recognize Spear's dominance, or they will live to regret it. There we go. Speedle surrenders. There's some tension in war-torn Germany, while Spear's supporters and the populace of Germania both awaited the news whether or not Speedle would allow his entrance into the city. A collective sigh of relief answered, however, when it was announced that Speidel and Rommel's men would not protest Speer's entrance into the city and give the soldiers guarding it their first stand-down order since the war began. Soon, Speer will ride to the Reichstag personally to announce his victory. Celebrations have already broken out across Germania as cheering crowds mingled, finally, with off-duty soldiers. The finally off-duty soldiers, lifting them on their shoulders to every pub and beer hall in the city. While the war hasn't spared Germania completely, supplies are scarce. It seems the people have enough to spare to truly celebrate the occasion. 3 cheers, hurrah! Gets a vent, an old fox with no more tricks. Boom. We game overed. No, never mind. We're back. Boom. We win. And we now have some focuses to presumably, you know, repair stuff. Review the laws. Mistakes of the past. Open the ports. All who fought. Cool stuff. We did it. We won. Oh, German industry GUI. What the heck is this? There are currently 3.8 million slaves in this economic region. Okay. Can I free them? And we've got some companies we can dismantle. And there's different focuses, and we can click on the states to invest in the middle class and seize corporate assets. Good stuff. Reform fascism. Well done. Well done us. We've done it. We've consolidated. Only Bulgaria remains in our faction. I imagine that'll change. Let's see if there are any... Surely there's an event. Maybe we have to take the focus. What does this do? How can we abandon Hitler's ideals? We cannot betray the Reich. I can solve this. I alone. No obstacles stand in my way. Not even the truth. There must be... Surely there must be an event for me having won the Civil War. Come on now. Oh my god. The state of the Reich. Currently we're quite conservative. We can spend political power and budget on political campaigns. Sure. 100 stuff and just a huge budget on a reformist campaign. Do it. Launch campaign. And we will hold a speech for our great victory, as well as vast political promises. Because we have done great things. Cool. Speer is victorious. Here it is. From the steps of the Reichstag, Speer has announced he has finally secured his place as Führer of Germany. Armed soldiers from Suffenberger's 6th Panzer Division and hundreds of armed militia fighters who'd taken him to Germania surrounded the Reich's new leader as he announced he would be bringing Germany into a new era of prosperity and enlightenment. While hundreds of thousands of people filled the streets in celebration, their new leader, an end to the most bloody conflict Germany has ever become embroiled in, more skirmishes will continue across the nation as the followers of Speer's enemies have refused to give up the fight, despite their losses, refusing to accept Speer as their next leader. Still, Speer's speech has reached acclaim not only in Germany, it has become the most televised broadcast in our nation in decades, but around the world as well. It is not enough to dream of a strong Germany. We must believe in a strong Germany. We must strive for a strong Germany. We will shine a light in the dark. We'll be a beacon for our children and their children, and they will remember us as the ones who made a strong, brave, beautiful new world for them to inherit. A new era has begun. Speer wins the German Civil War. And now, I guess we turn our eyes outwards and we look at what, firstly, how do we reform the country? How do we, end Aryan lineage studies? Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that. And then we have 2 economic plans, and we can focus on who to trade with. Okay, cool. And we have choices as to how to deal with America and Japan and stuff like that. And then we have a moment of time. Survival at all costs, or all eyes on us. And we then have a choice to go, conservative or reformer. The People's Führer. And our final one. There's a catch. There's always a catch. Something else. Something more mere seditious sentiment. More dangerous and destabilizing. A name, a single name, united in awe by the downtrodden of fear. A name that will shake the very foundations of the Reich and challenge all we stood for. Well, I have no idea what that does, but that sounds fun. Cool. So we have, restabilize, choose our direction, and then the end. Which way do you go, and what happens as you go forwards? All the while managing how the regime leans. The regime alignment currently has a somewhat conservative and a conservative pivot. The social outlook pivot determines where the regime leaning ticks and is marked on the speedometer. Okay. So you can do campaigns to affect that. And if you have high stability, it'll be good. Controversial decisions lower your stability. Social outlook. Okay. Should regime stability fall below 30%, the government may collapse. Okay, well, that's not good. Our social outlook is regressing, meaning going towards reformist, I guess, because we're currently conservative, so it counts as regressing. Cool. Well, that was fun. Well, thank you for watching this episode. I just closed my Twitch chat. Whoops. In the next episode, we will see what we can do to stabilize the country, and we will keep playing, I think, because this has been fun. We need to show their crimes. Oh, this is good. The enemies. We can talk about how each of them were crap. Fun stuff. And this all doesn't. All these focuses don't take very long. So it's a big kind of state of Germany address part, and then we need to look outwards and actually start caring about the many pop-ups, and what are we going to do about the fact that our empire is falling apart, and Africa has unified under someone who doesn't seem to be kowtowing to us quite as much as they could be. They're an autonomous Reichskommissariat, and we need to deal with the economy, which I imagine is worse now. Yes, we've got our debt back, but we apparently lost $100 billion of GDP during the war. That's pretty bad. And what was the other one? Right, we have the German industry GUI, so we have a skilled workforce. Oh my god, we have twice as many slaves as we have workers. That's really bad. So we'll see what we can do about that. And yeah, there is a world to bring back to heal, and a Germany to reform, and a maniac SS nuclear crazy man to deal with over here in the West. So we'll see what we can do about that as well. Either way, thanks very much for watching. Check out the mod for yourself in the description of the video, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.